Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Hello, everybody. The year's over. Guess what time it is, folks? Hello, boys and girls. Woo, we're here again. We're beer again. Let's bring it back one more time, guys. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's good to see all of you. It's once again the 6th. God, my
final.
asshole.
I mean, wait. No.
And never again. 6th annual Gamecrashers Crashstravaganza. This will be the point where I put some FX in if I had any ability how to do that, but I'm not going to do that. Because I just don't care. I don't care. But yeah, no, we're back. We're about to do this thing. There's an award show that's not an award show where we talk about the best and worst games of 2014. And blood will be spilt.
Really?
And bodies will be tossed asunder. And shit is about to go down.
Did you eat
I'm
the
your host
shit?
of Master
Are you a
Ceremonies,
dog?
Rob James. Go around the horn here. Everybody introduce themselves to my immediate right.
Hello, I'm Rob James.
That's okay. We've already broken this. Sean's already
Alright,
broken.
I'm Sean.
Hello, I'm Rob James. I'm Tanner. How's it going, you fuckers?
And I'm Jason Perini.
I'm Spartacus. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
This is Sparta. Oh, music's really loud.
Yeah, fuck.
Is that better? Is
5
that
years
better?
No, we should get started again.
Yes, we should start again.
Okay, go, Rob. To my immediate left is the ginger.
And we lost.
Oh. Below Rob is Skype.
We're just gonna start over. We're just gonna start over. We're just gonna start over. No, I fixed it. I fixed it. Oh my god. Hello, everybody, and welcome to. Oh my god.
gonna
Wait,
answer it or
what's
not?
going on here?
Answer his Skype call, dumb shit.
I did. No, he's. Wait, is he calling me or?
You just hung up on it.
I did.
We just kicked him off. It's the worst.
One more
Sean's
try.
asleep.
Sean was asleep. Yeah.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. This is fine.
Is Brian here? Is Brian back?
And he stuck the landing.
We have no video, Brian.
Nailed it.
Brian, we have no video.
Now it's calling.
I can't.
It's gonna be another 5 hours of this, folks.
Welcome to the 2016 Summer Olympics.
Welcome to the.
Welcome to a.
Okay, this is
Welcome
what
to
we're
on
seeing
here
right
on
now.
ABC
In
Welcome
Brazil.
to- Today we've got a beautiful day. Welcome to Rob James Tech Support Hour.
Welcome
to
to
have you
Boca
back.
We're in the
Raton.
favelas. We're in Rio de Janeiro right now.
Yes.
The internet is run by
Oh my god.
the mafia. Or was it the cartel?
Yes.
We got the mafia moved.
We got a drug running race coming up.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
This is the Olympics.
This is the Olympics.
Okay, we got Brian back on Nickelodeon Camp. Hey! You just won the Nickelodeon GAC Award.
We're gonna roam through the house.
I've seen this scene from Requiem for a Dream. What's going on?
I'm trying to plug in. I think that might help a little bit.
And by plug in, he means
exactly.
Yeah. Shoot up, plug in.
Oh my god. Hi there, friends. Welcome to GCTV Presents the Crashstravaganza number 6. I'm your host, Master Ceremonies, Rob James. We're back again to do that award show that isn't an award show, where we talk about the best and worst games that came out in 2014. It is now 2015. We have beer. Happy new beer, everybody.
Happy old beer.
The same beer.
Cool.
Let's get this party
I feel
started.
like we've done this before.
We've got Sean Marks, Tanner LaBarbera, Jason
great.
Perini, Brian Hertler on the Skype, and we've got awards that need to be handed out and games that need to be given a good slap upside the head because someone just got some fucking problems this year. They're just asking for it. Wait for those dubious awards. It's gonna be the dubiosity will be something that you just haven't even experienced before. It's gonna be great.
Actually, it's been forever since I think me and Jason have been on the show, and Tanner and I had a great theory, which is that Rob couldn't get his window open.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wait, I bet Sean could get that open."
Only reason,
guys,
really the
you
only
want to
thing,
do the game? You want to do the Gamecrashers yearly wrap up?
He didn't mention that it was painted over.
So some people may not recognize our voices, so that was Sean talking a moment ago?
Well, you can see us on the thing.
Oh, I don't know what they are.
Yeah, see.
What is this internet?
What is this crazy thing? It's cans and string that we got going on here.
Well,
That would be
I'm a
actually really
podcast
great.
audience.
That would probably work better.
You know how
than
funny that
some
would be
ways.
if we show up with just like tin cans and string?
That
be really
was the
fun.
first year we did this
Yeah,
show.
well.
That was
Year
when
6, man.
I remember the
We're
first year we did this.
upgraded
We were in Jason's apartment. We were all gathered around a table this big, and you had your little MacBook with like
Oh, God,
one little
yes.
mixing thing running into it. And we had to keep
and
stopping.
I hated my
And at
life.
one point, you
that
can
night.
literally hear you break one of Jason's vases.
No, I didn't. It didn't break. I swear it didn't break. It
Rob,
was.
I
fine.
remember the year we got stranded on that desert island and we made microphones out of coconuts.
I think that was.
And
well,
Brian's
year,
favorite
like,
game of the year was
11 hours.
Minecraft
and
that
and
year.
the smoke monster was really bad too, Brian. I remember that time. It was good. I'll never forget that island. You never really leave it, really.
No, you don't.
Sure.
You're still there, actually.
I'm dead.
All right, so let's get down to brass tacks
Yeah.
about
How
it.
much for the ape?
How much for the? It just won't stop. Oh God!
All right.
Okay, so let's set down the ground rules for the show because we've done this before, but maybe we need a little refresher, a little bit of info for you lovely people at home who have not maybe seen this show before. So what we do is we got a whole bunch of categories. We got three segments of categories: best, honorary, and dubious. Basically, the rule is you can pretty much pick a game that you played this year. It doesn't necessarily have to be a game that came out this year, although it's preferable.
And we will
that
boo. We
changes
will
my
boo. We
entire
will boo
list.
audibly.
We will frown disparagingly at you if you pick a game from like.
So
Well,
Mario
basically any
3
game that-
is the best game of the year.
Yes, basically when Brian's game of every year was Minecraft. So
Hey, it's
that
been
kind
Mine
of
is
thing.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it's back in the news. Minecraft story mode.
Yeah.
Back in the news, Notch buys $70 million home.
There's now. Yeah, I know. See.
Yeah.
He's playing Minecraft the home game. So yeah, so
A
basically
little
we've got
disappointed he didn't build it himself. Am I
a
right?
square block.
Hey.
Ding.
So essentially, the way it's going to work is we're going to go around the horn, and in no particular order. Each, whoever wants to start off the category can. Honorary mentions first, 2 per category, if possible. If you have more than 2, we'll mention them at the end of the show, or we can talk about them in
I
whatever.
personally want to
category
run
we have.
11 hours. That's fine with me.
Yeah, we've done that.
That's cool.
That was a treadmill you were chained to.
And that was just the
And
moderator.
I guess I'll say, since I haven't played that many games this year, there will probably be categories I'm just going to bow out of.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Me
That's
too,
okay.
actually. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
why
There's
are we?
gonna be like no game of the year this year.
Why are we even here? So
You guys
yeah,
didn't do your
so
homework.
basically that's the thing, winner and 2 runners up, and we'll get this party started. Who wants to lead us off with the inaugural category, our favorite category to kick things off with, best game of any year of 2014? Who wants to start
that
us
doesn't
off?
really make any sense, does it?
So older games, the games
Best
that came out
game
this
that
year.
makes any
60% of the time it works every
every time.
time.
Yeah, okay,
that
you're
doesn't make any
retarded.
sense.
Go ahead, Tanner.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
actually, Tanner, why don't you start us off?
Any year?
Any year. I'll
Of
start it
any
off.
year.
I'll do it. Super Mario Brothers 3, goddammit.
Forrest!
As long as you got into it this year.
Yeah, yes.
Well, okay. The only game that I ever play ever is Street Fighter 4, because everybody knows that's my crack. I will play that till the ends of the earth. I will play that till all my children have died off. But yeah, so
That's
How is Grandpa still alive?
that's a feeling to have
Street
about it.
Fighter 4 heroin.
Oh
the
my
fight
God.
stick older than I am.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
That's
I'll go.
That'll be
That's
mine
it?
forever and ever.
I'll
Okay.
go. I finally played Sleeping Dogs. I had never played it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everyone else had
to
played
go.
it. God, Wei Shen, motherfucker. I cannot.
Yes.
I was actually so into it when I finished it that I went out and I applied for the beta of Triad Wars, the Sleeping Dogs MMO that's coming out. Proceeded to
shit.
install it and have never played it since.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about Sleeping Dogs in particular is like for the last third of that game, shit gets really brutal.
So
Like, oh my god, like when that guy's torturing you and like you're limping out and the skyline is ahead of you. I love the way it used Hong Kong. I love
it's
I
incredible.
love the color scheme. I love
Why
I
can't
love the
every
brown
game be in
pavement.
Hong Kong?
why can't every game be that colorful?
Why can't every game accidentally be that fucking good?
I know, agreed.
Like that's the part that you never.
What, like Watch Dogs?
Well, no, when games.
we'll get into that
We'll
later.
get into that.
Sure.
That's
That was 2014, right?
That's a pool party where no one's invited. Believe me. But
No,
that's
a pool party with somebody shit in the pool.
that. So yeah, it's not a candy bar. But basically, I mean, yeah, no, it's like if a game can only be good accidentally, then we're never gonna get a game that's planned good because that game.
That game was great.
I don't understand it. All right, so
Also, I just want to mention too, Killing Floor continues to be my heroine. I am so pumped for Killing Floor 2.
we need to play Killing Floor.
We do need to play
some
Killing
of these
Floor.
days. I actually uninstalled it because I had not played it with you this year.
Yeah,
And
it's
I needed
always on. It's always.
I need an extra casting room. So
Yeah, it's always on my hard drive. You realize I do nothing with my life. It's not like someone's going to text me and be like, "Hey, you want to play Killing Floor?" And I'm going to, stop treating all the cancer patients and like, like, no, of course I'll fucking drop whatever
SARS
I'm doing.
has almost been
no,
cured.
I'm saving babies.
Just one.
I
I'm
guess.
done.
Do you
done.
mind if I go?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, mine's really quick. Dragon Age Origins.
Nice.
Because it is the year of Inquisition, and
Let me throw that in there too because
Yes.
I'm literally I'm starting a playthrough of 1 and 2 to prep for Inquisition
Yeah.
on the PC because I
Yeah,
played
it's a
1
good
on the
call.
console. And I'm finally at the Archdemon fight in Origins, and I was so heartbroken. There's almost no such thing as spoilers in Origins because your ending, like my end, is going to be completely different.
Right.
Like I just finally got to where I finally pissed off Alistair so much that he left.
yeah,
And
that's okay.
I didn't mind because I fucking hate
He's kind of a
Alistair.
prick.
I'm sorry. Like, oh, I don't want to be king and be swimming in women and money and endless riches. I want to sit around and fucking play Game Boy Color by the campfire. Fuck you. So he was like, it's either me or him. I was like, well, it's you, asshole. Have a good one.
I want to keep playing this game.
But it just gets me how reactive, and I can't wait to get into Inquisition and go back to the Dragon Age Keep and start checking off these, like, different variables.
Yeah.
To see how that affects Inquisition.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but I just wish the interactions in Inquisition went to that level that they do in Origins.
Where it
That's one of my
changed
biggest
everything.
complaints about that game is that it's not as deep as Origins.
Yeah. Well,
But what
very
could
few
be
games are.
apparently from what I've played, the little itty bitty bit of Divinity Original Sin that I played, that game. So that's gonna be a game I play later. I need to find a co-op buddy for that though. Brian, what are you doing next weekend? Tanner, you okay? Could you hit him on the back? Hit him on the back. He's
Man, if only there was
And,
someone who
punch him
played
in the face.
If only
Right
there
now,
was
punch him
someone
in
who
the face.
played the alpha and the beta constantly.
Brian's favorite game of 2015 right now is finding a chair he's comfortable
Minecraft.
in.
Oh.
I'm trying to get real close to my
Yeah, you're doing great. No, it sounds great.
I've seen you sit in like 8 different chairs
I think
so far.
we've seen more of the hat than we have of you, though.
No, the hat's great. He's got to keep the hat. Can you
man
roll me
in the
up a
hat.
Cuban while you're over there? 'Cause you-
How is Fidel?
Yes.
Brian,
how-
can you just do a really gravelly voice and
I
just say
didn't-
"Who loves you, baby"?
I didn't know you could Skype from Havana. It's quite impressive.
Embargo's gone.
Rob, you have anything else?
Yeah, my runners-up are... Oh, I did it backwards. My runners-up are XCOM and Tomb Raider, because I've been playing the hell out of XCOM. Enemy Within. That DLC is buggy as fuck, by the way.
Oh,
It
okay.
breaks constantly on my computer. I don't know what it is. And Tomb Raider is fantastic.
Fantastic.
it is.
Yeah.
Love that game.
I didn't beat it, though, but it's cool.
Cool.
Mr. Perini?
At the beginning of this year, I played Saints Row 4. Went all the way through it.
Nice.
Very nice.
How does it compare to 3?
I mean,
Because at the beginning, because I have it, I just finally downloaded it and I was like, all right, I'm going to give this a try. But it just looked so much like DLC
Yeah.
for 3. I mean, I got it for like $10, so I'm not going to complain.
No.
But it just
3, one of my few complaints with 3 was that, like, I didn't really care much about the city the way I've cared about, Vice City and Liberty and other GTA ones. This one I gave absolutely no fucks whatsoever
the
about the
point of
city.
it.
Like,
That's
it
what
really
makes it
didn't.
great.
It could have been anywhere. It did not matter. I didn't really see any. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and the superpowers and all that were
Oh, it's stupid fun.
were awesome. And
Dildo bat. It's all good.
like no word. Like there were cars in the game. I guess I was kind of running and flying over them all the time. So
The thing I feel like we said this last year. It just stops being a Saints Row game after a while because you just throw everything in the kitchen sink at it, and it's like it's not a gang, even a comedy gang thing anymore.
I love the little bits of gang that popped up.
It's
Like,
so
what the,
fucking
oh,
stupid.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's what we are.
It's like
I forgot.
reality TV bullshit.
Well, I mean, you start off, you are the president of the United States.
Exactly, which is great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember, and of course, the best things I saw about people who were casting that were how crazy it was, like people just being like completely buck ass naked with the mosaic over, just being like, or like some ridiculous accent, or just going up to the machines, just being like alien sound, or just like.
Well, yeah.
That game just does not give a single
How'd that
fuck
go?
about.
I still remember.
making sense at all.
I still remember in 3 making a 400-pound naked blue woman with orange hair that had the zombie voice. And she would, and everyone would be like, "That's insane. It'll never work."
Yeah.
Yes, because everybody else is so serious in that game. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. All right, that's one category down. Woo! 400 left to go. Oh wait,
Oh,
Brian.
way to go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Have you
fuck.
have
We
you
got yeah.
have you found a park bench you liked?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So my game.
What's that platinum record you got on the wall behind you?
Oh, that's from when I played Havana's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
Lovely.
Nice. Okay.
Ertler sings the hot ones.
Growl them. All right, so
Yes.
there are certain games that I know I'm going to love if I ever play, and that kind of makes them a little.
Here we go.
No, buckle in.
Well, I was gonna say that makes them a little scary. Like Divinity, I know I'm gonna love the hell out of it when I play it, but I also know it's gonna be like a month where I don't do anything else, right? So this year I bit the bullet and I played Dark Souls, which is a game that I fell in love with and took over my life within like 3 months.
Nice.
Yeah, Dark Souls is as awesome as they say it was.
It
I
sure
love
is.
it.
Nice.
And my runner-up is Far Cry 3, which is pretty good.
Yep, I am playing that, and that
Good.
is a really good game.
Yep.
That is a really good game. Well done, Brian. You win. You get
Yeah.
to stay on the
I won.
podcast for another round.
Yep.
Hey Brian, remember
Dark
last
Souls.
year when all of us picked like smaller indie stuff, and you went with the big budget for the first time ever? Like the tables had like you went with GTA 5.
You're right.
Rob,
Yes, I
Rob
remember
did
that.
like Risk of Rain, like, Electronic Super Joy.
That was my fucking game of the year.
Yeah.
Risk
Yep.
of Rain was my fucking game of the year.
Hey man, Candy
Um,
Crush had a sequel this year, so just wait.
Ooh,
I'm gonna bust
Get
that
out.
out.
Get out.
it's okay.
Get out.
I'm waiting for Flappy
I'm
Bird
not
3.
fucking playing Candy Crush. I'm not doing it. Stop sending me invites. I'm not doing it.
He's that guy.
He's that guy. He's that fucking guy.
Still getting Farmville invites
best
by you.
unfinished game of 2014.
So this is kind of like early
Early
access.
access.
This is early access. This is,
Dude, this
pre-release.
is still kind of vague though. You
Alpha.
could be like a game that's done, but you still feel like it could not be completely done.
No,
or
it's
Well,
not.
then great. I'm fucked.
You don't have to say anything.
Well, that's what the next category
Well,
is.
you know what? I just put them both the same with the things and the things.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
Well,
that
no,
was
barely. I mean,
All right.
I'm
Anyway.
that was a sentence, I believe.
God.
I can start if.
Go for it.
I am going to go with the only early access game I played this year, Planet Explorers, which is a fun little sort of 3D Starbound-ish game with a heavy emphasis on, oh, wait a minute, this is still a hostile planet that wants to kill you. You know,
Okay,
it's not, it's still kind of cutesy looking, but yeah, it's when that game is finished, it's going to be awesome. But for the most part, I've been avoiding playing the early access games I buy because I don't want to throw my opinion off, I guess. Most of the times when I buy an early access game, it's not me saying, I can't wait to play this right now. It's me saying, yes, I like that. Here's some money. Keep making that.
Okay.
So, but I played Planet Explorers before when it was freeware, and now it's gone paid. So, yeah, Planet Explorers. I highly recommend that. If you can catch that on a Steam sale for like $8, that is a steal.
Nice. Oh, there's my voice disappearing. We're 2 categories in, and I'm gonna have to go to the digital voice now.
Please never do that again.
You can get out.
Just don't do it again. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
I only played one finished game this year. That was DayZ. I finally got around to playing.
Oh, nice.
That's still an unfinished game, huh?
Yeah.
That's going to be an unfinished game till about 2017.
That's
I actually kind of regret getting it early access because now I might never go back to it. Like I played it,
That's
it
what I'm
was
s-
broken
That's
as
what
hell.
I'm saying. I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I only, like I was saying, Brian, when I buy this stuff. It's literally only to support the developer, but I don't. Very rarely do I actually go and play the game until I think it's done because I don't want to burn out on it.
Yeah, right. Because I played a broken game for a couple hours and I was like, all right, I feel like I'm done with this.
As long as you have fun with it, is all that really matters.
Oh, it was fun, but zombies still walk through walls.
That sounds great.
That's
Yeah.
realistic.
I mean, last year I had Prison Architect was one of my games I really liked. It was also my most broken game, so it's all good.
No.
I'll go with this.
Yeah,
I'll say my winner would be is Broforce, which is amazing. It's also definitely not finished, but who cares?
Can you
It
rattle
was
off
great.
some of the bro puns in it?
Yeah,
That was my
that's
pick
coming
too.
later. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's coming
Broforce
later.
was also my pick.
Okay, awesome. I really liked Crawl as well. I really want to see where that goes. I played a bit of that. That's like
It's a local multiplayer dungeon crawler, right?
exactly
Where your
yes.
friends are the bad
are the bad guys, and you can keep switching between. You switch between both being the human and being the monsters trying to kill the human, and it keeps going back and forth. And it's really fun, really neat. Definitely not finished. So yeah, that'd be my kind of. And as a runner-up, I'll just say also, because the only time I'll say this is a game called Verdun, which is
It's World War One.
a World War I first-person multiplayer shooter, which it was fun. I had enjoyed it actually. I don't think many others, but I thought that was just really neat that they're trying to do something based on World War I when most developers wouldn't go near that.
Well, it's funny too. You see what they did for Christmas?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yes.
They did
Oh,
that
that's
Christmas.
great.
It's
That's
great
great.
because
A soccer game or whatever.
For the fight for the in World War One, there was a bit where
Yep.
when they were fighting, I think the German and the French.
Yep.
And it was on Christmas. They did a ceasefire.
Exactly. Yes.
And they put a Christmas tree. And Verdun did that. They did a ceasefire on Christmas where you could
That's
do snowball
awesome.
fights.
That's
and
lovely.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
All right, that's spectacular. I'm so glad. I'm glad I bought that game and supported them. So yeah,
That's really
that's
cool.
a game that I'll pop in every once in a while and just see how it.
Yeah,
goes.
I played it when it very first hit early access. I had a key for it from like a bundle or something,
Yeah.
and super early. I really
bought
enjoyed
pretty
it.
early,
I want
too.
to dip back
It was
into
fun.
it.
It was broken, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right, yeah. For mine, I would have to say is The Forest. I only played a few hours of it.
cool.
Nice.
And it was probably the most broken game I've ever played. As far as like, there's one funny scene that I'll never forget is
Is that like the next Rust? Is
it
that what
kind
that
of
is?
It's
Yes.
more. It's
Okay.
like yeah.
But it's more single player.
There's a great like glitch in the game where like a seagull will come and it'll land like in front of the camera, and it's supposed to be like kind of just float in front of there and then fly away. But there's a problem with it where it'll stick there, and you have to like turn off your game, so you'll have this bird sitting in front of you, like the camera will take up about like I don't know, like 70% of the entire camera, and you no matter where you look, this thing just stays there, and I'll just never forget it. It's just so funny. But the game itself is actually fun for being stupidly broken and not even close to finished. It's still really fun, and they even have multiplayer open for it, and they've got they patch it every few. I don't even know if it's like a couple months, every few months, but it progressively gets more and more. A little bit better, but they just have not fixed some of the biggest problems with it.
It's got a great opening though.
It does.
Like
The
your
opening's-
plane, your plane goes down, and you're seeing this really weird haze, and you just see this figure come in and just picks up your son and just turns around and walks off, and it's just like,
Oh, damn.
it's pretty fucking scary.
Yeah,
That's
and there's everybody's
Messed
luggage
up.
is like all strewn out of it.
And they're gonna. I think they're adding. I don't know if it's in yet, but they're adding Oculus Rift support.
Yeah,
which,
no, it's already in.
Oh
They have
Jesus
it.
Christ!
oh god,
I will never do that.
No,
No way, thank
no. This it's the thing about that is like the idea of playing something like Alien Isolation or Outlast or
I
something.
mean, you
like
were
that.
barely like keeping your shit together.
No, Alien. I got better with Isolation because it ended up not being as scary once the aliens showed up.
I personally heard that you had to turn the light back on. So
Was that? Well, I couldn't fucking
like
see.
you couldn't see the lit up game, or you had to use the light out here to make it.
Well, also
to make you
no
be
one
able to
could see me.
the-
No one could see me on the camera either.
Yeah, well,
It is a
that's
live
not what
show.
I heard. I heard that you're shaking your
Well,
boots.
people are liars.
you know.
People are
Raider.
people. Yeah, well, yeah.
Best barely a game.
Never trust Raider. Oh wait, I didn't go.
Oh, I thought you said Broforce.
I said Broforce, and then I just wanted to add to that Dungeon of the Endless, which actually is now a finished game, but it still feels as it's fucking hard as hell. And then Broken Age Part 1, because that's an unfinished game.
That's true.
And that's kind of fucking insane that that's an unfinished game.
yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about Double Fine a little later.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. There's something that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. I'm gonna launch right into barely a game because I got a couple that are really fun for this category. Oh my god. Okay, so Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That game is fucking gorgeous.
Walking simulator.
Walking simulator.
That's always good.
Even the
I like those.
puzzles are walking simulator. Like,
Can I just say before that's mine too? So you will talk about.
yeah, and then Jazz Punk is the other runner-up.
Nice. Okay.
Because I don't know what the fuck. Just that's all I got to say about that game. And then the winner is Goat Simulator.
That
'cause
was mine.
That's mine as well.
Yeah.
Goat simulator, definitely.
Okay, there we
so
go.
good.
Barely
Done
a
with that
game.
one.
Barely a game.
Goat
but-
Simulator is so good.
Barely a game, but
But I
still
don't know
really
what the
great.
fuck. And I haven't even played the MMO part of it yet. But I
No,
want.
yeah. What is it
I
called?
want
Like,
it. It's just.
Goat
Goat
MMOs.
World or-
Goat MMO.
And from what I've
Simulator.
heard, it's pretty
It's-
fully featured.
It actually
yeah.
like has fully
like
MMO
quest lines
yeah.
and things like.
and the
different
total ripoff
classes
of WoW,
and-
but it's like fucking hilarious.
That's insane. Those guys are nuts. All right, who's next?
Anybody played Mountain this year?
That's like that was the game I thought of when I saw this category written down there. No, I have not.
Yeah. I watched somebody else play Mountain, and it's a lot like.
And yeah, I don't think you have very
It's a
different
lot like
experience.
playing Mountain.
Pretty much.
Hey, guess what? Mountain is a mountain game. It plays like Mountain.
Why don't you break it down for anyone who hasn't played Mountain?
All right. For you guys who haven't played it, it's a
Get
mountain.
comfy. There's gonna be a long one.
You look at the mountain. You don't get to walk around or anything. You just look at it. It's kind of floating in space. You can
Aren't you just
rotate
building?
it. Look at
aren't you
different
like
parts
the, yeah.
of it.
You're like the
No,
god of
you
the mountain,
don't,
right?
You don't do anything. No, you
Oh,
just look
God.
at your
It's
mountain.
progress quest.
And no, there's no progress. You look at the mountain.
$15.
And then
Sign
every
me
so
up.
I mean, it
often,
changes, but you
every
don't
so
have
often
any.
it puts a quote up, and every so often if you come back, it looks like it changed a little bit, and then after a while it goes away. That's,
Oh shit,
that's
a
mountain.
that's a
and then
cruel
you get
twist.
to
Yeah,
make
is
a
that-
new mountain to look at.
The biggest
like
twist
when I
That's a
was-
big plot twist. Oh damn, I didn't know it went
Yeah.
away.
the
Oh
mountain.
yeah.
I don't want to play this game.
It's like when I was doing film school stuff, and you always had that asshole who brought in the, here's my 6 hours of, running water, what do you think? And it's like, ooh, is it too edgy for you? Is it too much? Could you
Right,
not
yeah.
take it? It's like, yo, dude, I'm bored shitless.
Actually, I'm going to throw a game in here that doesn't exactly fit the category, but doesn't fit anything else because it is a game, but I'm not sure if anyone here would consider consider a video game, but possibly one of the games I played the most this year is Blackjack on my phone. I really
That is
enjoyed
a
it.
game.
It is a game.
That is more of a game
That
than
is
Ethan
more-
Carter.
That is true, or Goat Simulator, anything like that. But I spent a lot of time with that, and it's
Man, there are lots of slot machine games where you can set it on autoplay.
no. Yeah, there's
I think that's called
there's
pachinko.
strategy and thinking involved in blackjack.
I'm pretty sure that's called pachinko, Brian. You don't even have to
The
fucking
specific
play
version
it.
I played was Vibranium because it was free and there was no in-app purchases. Like when you're
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's pretty great. Like this
Oh, my
required
God.
very little thinking. That's fantastic.
The slot machine games occasionally prompt you to pay.
Yeah, no, this one. Now, if anyone wants a free blackjack,
In more ways
It's a
than
good
one, they make you pay.
Yeah. Mine was also
Yeah.
the Goat Simulator.
there we go.
It was so much fun.
It's so
Stupid.
let's fuck the rest
So
of the show. Let's
dumb.
just launch Goat
Let's just
Simulator
play
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
Play Goat Simulator right now. Let's just bring out the demonic
Turn
goat.
into a giraffe.
The demonic goat, and you're just you're
Goats for the goat god.
yeah, and all of a sudden you're just like
Sacrificing people.
your whole form is just like stretched out all over the place, flying like a fucking
Sonic
broken,
goat.
demonic fucking Stretch Armstrong doll. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it was fun. That was a good
so
time.
stupid. It's a stupid game.
So, yeah.
Sean.
Best indie game.
Oh wait, you,
Yeah,
you
no,
I
said-
told you it was Ethan Carter.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have a runner-up or anything?
I played another game called Eidolon.
Oh yeah, right.
I've heard
Yeah,
of that.
That's another
It's-
survival game, right?
What's that?
Another kind of survival walking
Yeah,
around game.
kind of walking around, discover the narrative. I also just picked up Leviathan, the Old City, which is another barely a
Is that
game.
like H.P. Lovecraft or something.
Kind of, yeah. It's more of like, yeah, that's basically what it's like.
Got
But
it.
you just walk around and try to piece together. I don't necessarily mind games like that. I mind games like that when they get their head up their ass too much. and it's like they trying to deliver some. It's like
in depth.
when they yeah, we can get it.
You show me a
Don't
game
worry.
that doesn't have its head up its own ass, I'll show you 5 that do.
Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator.
Best
indie game.
game.
Do you want to just take this one, Sean?
Yes,
Since the camera's on you right now.
it's hard because my God,
That's not a
all
game.
the games. Go
it's
on.
like everything I played this year. No, I mean I liked how indie games didn't. I felt like there was a period of time, not this year, maybe not even last year. I don't want all indie games to be like platformers and walking simulators. I like to see a little bit of variety, and I like to see different things. This year, I thought the best of the best were Ethan Carter, Banner Saga,
Banner Saga is so good.
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight was so.
But the winner, and motherfucker, I still cannot believe this is an indie game. It's got to be Divinity: Original Sin.
Oh right.
That is a game that, because I played a ton of the alpha, ton of the beta, finally have the release copy, played a little bit of that, and I just I can't wait to continuing to lose the rest of my life.
Dude,
to that
I
game.
want. Yeah. Oh, you're probably way far into that game
Probably,
already.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Further than
I'm
you,
looking
that
for
much.
somebody to co-op that game.
I just
with.
love how reactive everything is, and I love how I knew I fell in love with it when I realized I could talk. First of all, when I could disagree with myself,
I do that all
the fact that it gives you
All
the
the time.
agency
It's not-
to do
yeah.
that. Jason, have you played it?
No.
What essentially it does, you make 2 characters. You control the dialogue for both of them.
Oh yeah. Right.
Right.
So you can make them like each other. You can make them hate each other. You can make them disagree with each other. And I found at one point I was going back and forth so much I was like, wait, what was the plan again? And I like how you can have one of them talk to somebody and have the other go around and rob their house. And that is a
Schizophrenia
game.
of the game.
I think what I love about Divinity is that it seems like they really did plan for all the stupid bullshit you would try to do that
That's
game
what I've
and made
heard,
sure
yeah.
there was a reaction to it.
That's what I've heard.
And that's awesome. That's what I like to see.
That's
but-
amazing.
I cannot say enough good things about Shovel Knight. That is
Yeah,
literally
that was my,
that's literally like
one, too.
8-bit, 16-bit design
So good.
perfected.
Yep.
So
Tanner.
Well, yeah, Shovel Knight was taken from me. One I really
Taken
enjoyed was
from you?
yeah, I know, seriously.
You don't get to play it anymore.
No, I don't. You know,
Till you get till you buy a big boy PC.
yeah, well, that'll never happen. One game that I enjoyed totally randomly was Five Nights at Freddy's,
Oh god.
and it was the first and the second one. The second one was actually really good.
Oh, that
You
game
are
gives
just
me
a
fucking
giant man-child, is what it-
indigestion.
No, but I had such a great time. I didn't expect it because it's one of those games that I can be just I will play for about 5 or 10 minutes and then I generally just get, okay, I get the point of this. I'm over it. But this one, I played through and made sure that I tried to get as far as I could to the point where it was just kind of, you're just yelling at the screen just because you have split-second decisions on either you're covering yourself, hiding from things, or you're trying to keep the music box going, which keeps them away a little bit longer. You know, but there's just it's just one of those games. It's just micromanaging the game, and
Sounds
I don't know,
fun.
it was actually totally. I had a great time with it, and so yeah, I think that's my runner up since I'm not allowed to take Shovel Knights.
No, you can. Even if we have the same,
No,
you
I
can
know.
yeah.
I'm just being over dramatic.
Don't be a big baby.
It's fine.
Mine is Shovel Knight.
Yeah. Don't be a big baby.
And actually, I don't have a whole lot to say about Shovel Knight other than I don't usually go
Gentlemen,
for...
I have to urinate. Hold the fort down. I should have said that off mic.
You yelled that.
We'll probably get to more Shovel Knight as the night goes on. But.
Which button do I press for the I must go to the lavatory break?
Just bring the mic in with you.
Exactly.
Oh,
we have
you got
a real full perspective on how this show goes down.
If he washes her hands.
All Sean's answers are completely wrong, aren't they?
Yes, will he or won't he wash his hands? I don't really have all that much to say about Shovel Knight other than I don't normally go in for nostalgia games, for old school inspired games. I'm not a nostalgia gamer. So I'm actually not even a big Mega Man guy. So to be so yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how Boris and I are even friends.
Yeah.
So because he was I remember one time when we were the first time I met him. Freshman year of college, he actually was showing me some Mega Man games. I was just I'm gonna go play Final Fantasy now.
I
It's just
had
like-
a mouse
you never
cursor of
I
Mega
did.
Man running for years on Windows that he made.
Yes. I
He
remember
made
that.
a mouse cursor.
I remember that mouse cursor. That mouse cursor was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Shovel Knight has so many great touches that sort of, harken back to that period of gaming that I sometimes just can't fucking stand, and yet I play it and, I feel like Dark Souls at the end of a boss when I finally beat the boss. I'm like, yes! Ah! So it's great. And runner-up is Monument Valley, which is on the iPad and iPhone. Amazing kind of puzzle, very colorful puzzle game.
Yeah, that was good.
It's not Carcassonne. It's not that black and white puzzle game for the PSP that I can't remember the name of it now. Echo Chrome. Which was a great game. It's not that. It's perspective based, but you're only moving the puzzle, not the world, which is very cool. And then the other one is The Fall, which is
Oh yeah, just heard about that.
so good. It's such a good game. It's got some of those same kind of point and click adventure problems that point and click adventure games have always had. Monkey Island kind of bullshit problems.
Getting lost and all right, what's
And
the
not
next
knowing
thing to
what
do?
the hell I'm supposed to do next, but really enjoyed it. Who's next?
So
All right. Oh, go on.
okay, Brian, you want to go?
I'll go. So speaking of nostalgic games, one that I get to name again this year is Binding of Isaac, because it got re-released. Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Rebirth. It's a good one.
It continues to be one of my favorite games ever.
I like the changes they made in the Rebirth too.
Yeah.
I can use a gamepad now. and
Yep.
that's awesome. You can also
I don't like the music as much.
Yeah, I mean, but I like that I like the gameplay. Like, if you get into a certain seed that you like a lot, you can, like NES style, you can write down the password and enter it later and get that seed again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Another game I'm going to be talking about a lot, Flappy Bird, today. Pretty
Hey,
darn
all
good.
right. That is
Good
indie.
game.
That is not a game.
That's totally a game.
That is not a game.
that
Also,
is actually
has
a game.
anybody here played Desert Golfing?
I just literally heard
about it.
Yeah.
Haven't
Desert
played it.
Golfing is freaking amazing.
Is it for iOS?
It's for iOS, yeah. I don't know if it's for anything else. So imagine, if you will, if Angry Birds were actually an infinite game of golf that went on forever in the middle of the desert. And also imagine that it was made on the Atari 2600.
Oh, so it's Crossy Road for golf.
Yes, I guess.
It never ends.
Yeah, it never ends. It's a never-ending golf game. It's got this like weird air of mystery about it. Like every couple of hundred levels, you see like a cactus or
Oh
a
god
cloud.
damn it! It's $2. That's way too much. I'm buying it.
It's really expensive, but it's worth it. And it's perfectly executed. Like there's so much weird subtlety, even though it's nothing but hills at various angles, and it's just perfect. And I played it for like 4,000 holes, and it's got a great ending. It's gonna be my best ending.
What is
Played
the
it for
ending?
4,000 holes.
Oh, I'm gonna spoil the ending for you guys later.
Oh God.
Sweet.
Awesome.
I'll
I
leave it at
downloaded
that
it. I'll
for
play
now.
it during a break or something.
Yeah, play it. That's it.
Jason, you're up.
Just reopen. To Sean's point, all the ones I have written down here, and most of the games I played were indie games this year, so I could just say my entire list.
Shit.
But because it's funny, all of them are
They're all platformers.
All of them are platformers. I just
We
like-
talked about that. You
I
have
looked-
good reasons for that.
Yeah, I looked at the list and was like, oh yeah, these are all platformers. The DLC for Electronic Superjoy Groove City, which I'll mention a bunch this year.
Someday I will play that game.
That's great. That's great. A iOS game, Devious Dungeons, which I can talk about a little later, but that was great. Shovel Knight and Broforce.
Shovel Knight and Broforce. Yes. Broforce those are both amazing.
Yep.
Those are great.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm sorry. I fucked up. I also wanted to add on to my list as a runner-up The Fall.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
I mentioned that. Yeah.
You
you did.
mentioned it,
Yeah,
It's great.
It's great. It's also sometimes really fucking annoying.
That's also what you mentioned.
Wizak,
Yeah.
Wizak, are you looking for the empty list that you would like to fill out yourself, or are you looking for the filled out lists that we've made with the games?
He
in
wants a
them?
spoiler, yeah. No, you don't get to see, because also I'm going to change it as I do it.
Oh, like I did, yeah.
I have other games I could put on this list, but
Exactly.
I like the
No,
fact
I
that I
have
just
so
have
many.
all platformers.
I have a whole.
all my indie games
I have a
in the air.
discard pile of games that I could
Yeah.
pull back into any category at any time.
Shall I move to the next?
I believe we shall.
I'll jump in.
What is it? It's
the best AAA.
Best
games.
AAA game. Oh boy.
So I played very few of them, but for me it was Titanfall.
Nice.
Which was excellent. I really enjoyed that. It kind of died away for me. I played it.
Kind of died away for everyone.
It kind of died away for everyone, and fair enough. That's fine. I don't need to play 120 hours of it like I did at Black Ops 2. I played 30 or 40, which is way more than like that. Actually, that is probably the game I played the most this year, along with Blackjack. But it's a
Blackjack game of the year.
It's just well made. It's I love the parkour feeling of it. I'll mention some of these things later in some other categories, but I guess that's it. Call of Duty wasn't bad this year either. That's probably the only AAA games I played.
You and I played some Titanfall together, didn't we?
I think we did. I think
what I dislike most about the fact that the PC community went away after the map packs got released is that I was really good at Titanfall, and you know from playing shooters with me, I'm not good at anything.
That's true.
I'm
actually.
terrible.
Yes.
And Titanfall, I was always consistently like number 1 or number 2 on my team. To the point where,
nice. That's
and I
such a good
started
feeling.
I felt so good when people I got the accusations and I was
God,
like,
yes.
that guys, thank you so much.
Yes.
At one point in a game of attrition, I got some insane score like 139 or something, and like the next person under me was like 30. Like I just went ballistic. God, nice. I do miss that game.
I had that with Black Ops 2. That moment when they're like literally getting those, you're hacking. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good.
Thanks, guys.
I know I'm not.
I just want to see like the problem with Titanfall and even Advanced Warfare, and I've been enjoying Advanced Warfare.
Sure,
but, the map pack's gonna come out, and there's gonna be nobody to play with. The second the community gets split, it's. I remember I sat there on Titanfall after the second map pack came out. And it was trying to find a match for like 10 minutes. And I was like, Jesus Christ, no. And I uninstalled it. And I hate that because I love that game. But I was like, well, it's come to this. And
it's definitely,
I'm not sure what it is about Titanfall that people gave up on it so fast. I don't know if it was just because the prestiging was so easy or if it was just because people felt like they got good at that game and then got their fill of it and left. Because it feels like there's a lot going on in that game that's different from other first-person shooters, and it's really exciting, but it also feels empty. Like I never understood it. I was in the back of my mind every time I was playing a multiplayer match in Titanfall. I was like, this is really cool and really exciting. Why doesn't this feel like the days of old when I would play like those mech games?
It doesn't have that,
and it wasn't Hawken either. Like Hawken felt even more like visceral, like big mechs fighting each other. The Titans, when they were fighting, they were like there for 20 seconds.
I think they made the like curve of the game just so smooth and so easy to get into, and so like just kind of moment to moment reasonably enjoyable. Like you're having a good time throughout, maybe somewhat less of a just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. It has, I don't know, I never was like, say, that big into Counter-Strike or something like that, but I can understand why that game has been played for like 15 years or whatever now. Like whatever that game has, Titanfall doesn't have, like on purpose, because Counter-Strike is also ridiculously hard to get into, and like you bounce off of it, but there's a hook there that Titanfall explicitly doesn't have.
Right. And I think the other thing to keep in mind about Titanfall is that I personally will be talking about this game later on in the show.
Yeah.
And I think we'll definitely we should move on for now.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because I think there's a lot of things to say about this game, but we're definitely gonna hit that.
I was kind of like, I was unsure if I wanted to actually go into
it here. Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll definitely do that.
All right. So mine, it kind of came out of nowhere for me because I gave up on this series a while ago. It's a World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor. Just came out. It just came up for me because I gave up on the series for like a good 2 years after playing it since vanilla. And I just was like, what, screw it. I got like the free week that they usually give you if you're not playing it. They're like, oh yeah, here's 10 free days so that we can get your friggin' addiction back together. And I played it and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Kept playing it. I'm like, holy crap, I just spent 3 days awake and I have not slept. And I've only been playing this game. Here we go again. God.
That's why I don't Warcraft anymore.
Yeah, they fixed a lot of problems that they had in the last 2 expansions where it just kind of people gave up on it. They made the difficulty more fun not to the point where it's broken, but to where it's like
Fun.
I feel
Actually-
the challenge.
actually
and
fun?
I feel the challenge.
Not
and
like
feel
I want to
like-
kill myself.
Yeah, and but I mean, I'm happy to say that I'm about 3 weeks sober from this game. So
You want to know
this
what?
is- I might get my coin soon.
Okay. You want to know what my thing was with that game? I bought the expansion pack. I signed up to play it. I signed into it. I heard the music. I saw the cutscene. I got back into the world and saw my little character standing in front of the like area with nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like go do something. I was like, I'm gonna log off now, and that's basically how I
you have
operated.
no
with that
idea
game.
what you're supposed to be
Because
doing.
there's nothing about
you
that
don't.
game. No, because I went back into the game and I went, I don't want to play this.
I don't want to
I don't
do
want to make this.
dailies.
I don't want to
wanna be
make
a
this
job.
mistake again. I broke free from this nonsense.
Yeah.
This game sucks. Get away from me. I'm done. I know everybody says it's really good, but God Almighty, is it me?
It is you.
It is me. Wolfenstein: The New Order is runner-up
Nice.
number 1. Holy mother of God, that game is way better than it has any right to be. Sunset Overdrive, also a game that has
Oh, nice.
that game is way better than it has any right to be, and it's really nice because Insomniac needed a win after I don't even remember what that game was. That was oh God.
Fuse?
That
you might
could
be right.
very well be. Yeah, I don't remember.
That might have been
But they really
Wasn't that
needed
just
a win.
shit show. That
It
game was
just
like
wasn't anything that it like the whole concept of it to me. When I heard, it, I was just like, "This is a game that nobody asked for."
Yeah, it's just
Like,
there.
It's just kind of okay. It's kind of like I'd say the best way to describe it was it needed like the monster that's in Evolve in order to make that game work.
That game's so good.
And that's why that game looks so fucking awesome. And then the winner is obviously Dragon Age Inquisition because I've been
Nice.
playing hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of that game. It's not a perfect Dragon Age game, which I will also get into later in this show. But man, they brought that series back from just utter destruction. Because if it had been another Dragon Age 2, that could be in my series most ready for retirement or most disappointed, and they didn't do that. So I'm very happy. And am I the last one on that?
Oh no, I gotta go.
Oh, do it.
not.
Do it too,
Or
brother.
Jason, you wait.
I went-
Oh wait, you went
Titanfall.
already. My runners up are surprisingly. Surprisingly, let me say a nice word about. What are you laughing at?
I love the setup.
I love the South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Ah,
Yes.
nice. Good one.
Is a runner.
Good call.
Is a runner-up
Good call.
for me.
Good call.
It meshed a surprisingly fun RPG light with like an awesome South Park episode.
Yeah.
Second runner-up. Well, actually, I should say first runner-up because we're going up. Would have to be Bayonetta 2. We'll talk a lot about how awesome Bayonetta 2 is, but the only reason Bayonetta 2 didn't win is because it happened to come out the same year as Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Nice. Got it. Gotcha.
That was my favorite. That is probably. I don't want to like get into hyperbole. That may be my favorite single-player shooter campaign.
Yeah, no,
I've
that's
ever
not
played through.
hyperbole. That's
I like everything about that game. Just fucking works. Like the
that
guns
game has
feel,
some of the best shooting of any game
the
this
guns
year.
feel fantastic. They managed to humanize a dude
Right.
whose name is essentially Blowjob McBlast to bits.
Yeah.
and like it's everything about it is just like
I think that's the German literal translation.
I mean, we'll get more and more about what I loved about it, but I just like when I was done with Wolfenstein: The New Order, I looked at my hour counter and it was like, "You've dropped 24 hours in." I was like, "Where did they go?" Like, I want
Who
more.
stole
Like,
them
I
from me?
wanted so much. That's when when something goes over the 15-hour mark, typically I'll start to feel it. But this
Yeah.
one, like when this got into 22, 23 hours and it ended, I was like, "No, I want more. Where's
just
the DLC?
started.
Are they doing?" I was googling like Wolfenstein: The New Order expansion DLC. Like I got so, I can't think of too many better single player campaigns. And I like that when they said they were getting rid of the multiplayer, they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna do multiplayer." Everyone was like, "Ah, blah, 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 blah." They were like, "No, you're saying we're gonna fucking deliver."
Multiplayer turned into a shit show in that franchise for a long time. Like people have like very fancy recollection of what multiplayer turned into. It was like Rise of the it was like Return to Castle Wolfenstein,
Yeah,
and then
that-
for many years it was knockoff after knockoff after knockoff of that multiplayer, and it
was-
wasn't
yeah,
good.
Enemy Territory was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that.
And it's still
I didn't
going
play much
today.
of it, but I know a lot of people.
Oh
love it.
yeah, but I mean, just from a single player standpoint, people always joke, and I'm guilty as charged. I don't finish many video games because I just don't care after a while anymore. Like I reach a certain point, just like I've played my fill. I don't need to see the rest of this game. I could not stop playing Wolfenstein.
The question
And-
is, did you finish it?
Moving on. Next. That does not even warrant an answer because people who watched the show know that I didn't. No, of course I did.
Yeah.
I absolutely did.
Guys, guess what? I have a best portable game this year.
That's amazing.
I've never had an actual.
Wait.
Wait,
Did
Brian's
Brian
gotta go.
Brian,
Brian didn't
I didn't really play too many AAA games.
go. Okay, moving
Yeah, I
on.
know.
Yes, it's.
Do you have
No,
anything
do you
to
have
say at all?
anything though? Do you have anything?
No, I mean I played a lot of Far Cry.
Oh well,
Given that I played a lot.
That's not a
of
portable
that
game.
10 minutes of Far Cry 4, and it was a lot like Far Cry 3, and I love Far
Yeah,
Cry 3. I
you
think
pretty much could
Far
say.
Cry 4 is my best AAA game of the year.
yes.
That's probably not wrong.
That's a good choice.
Far Cry 4 is basically Far Cry 3 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
right. Now we're in the
necessarily
mountain.
a problem.
Yeah.
That's not confusing at all.
So I actually have a real best mobile game. Let's do this. I actually have
let's
a
do it.
legitimate one. All right, believe it or not, and it's a fucking Vita game.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Danganronpa.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
What?
God, you guys!
That wasn't English.
Danganronpa.
Is that a JRPG?
It is a combination of like Phoenix Wright's detective style game plus visual novel plus role playing game. It's a lot of weird things.
Okay.
Essentially, the point of it is that you are a student who is drafted into a school
Right.
for the best of the best, and everyone's the best at one thing. But when you get to the school, sort of everything locks down, and you're told, okay, well, congratulations, you live here for the rest of your life now. However, there is one way out, and you have to commit a murder and get away with it. And
I've heard of this game.
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point,
Yeah.
at that point, it turns into because at that point everyone's kind of become friendly. So it's like, well, come on, bro, you wouldn't turn on me, right? And it's like, nah. And it's very some of the characters are very JRPG.
Oh my god,
but,
this game sounds so good.
But it's just like come on, you wouldn't hurt me, right? Of course not. And then everyone's kind of eyeing each other up, and as the days go by, they all get crazier. They all want to and then finally, that every chapter someone's going to get murdered. And then it goes into the courtroom, and you try to put together.
Phoenix
And
Wright-esque,
there's
yeah.
a great little fucking psychotic bear that runs a school called Monokuma. It's just like he is so happy every time there's slaughter. Like when someone dies, and someone dies that your
Was
character.
he like the?
No, I won't ruin it because
Okay.
people should
All right, go
definitely
on.
play that through. But I'll just say when someone you're close to dies, and and Monokuma's like, oh, are you sad? Are you feeling despair? Oh boy! And it's just like, what the fuck? And the atmosphere of that game is just oppressive. Like you feel dirty when you're done with it. And most importantly,
That's
it's
a good game.
That's a
great-
Sean Marks game.
It's
that
a
is a
game that
legit
Rob, you know me a long time. It's a game
choice,
that
too.
even I, at a certain point, had to pause the Vita and go, "Whoa,
that
shower.
takes
whoa,
quite
buddy! I gotta save this and walk away for a
that
minute.
takes
That
quite a
was
lot.
bad.
That takes quite a
The
lot.
game. I got back into my Vita this year. I mean, in terms of things I did pick up Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. The first one's called Trigger Happy Havoc. But I'm telling you, as soon as I get home, I'm starting up 2. Like I'm ready to go. And it's a
Nice.
fucking Japanese visual novel courtroom game.
That's amazing.
Describing a weird dream
And I took
This is just the day in the life of Mark.
This wasn't really so much a game, but this was one of a day of his trips to Amsterdam. Like just
He got away with the
reflecting
murder.
back on what happened. Oh my god.
Yeah, guys, if you have a Vita and you have not played Danganronpa, and please NIS America, I cannot imagine it would take very long. Consider bringing it to PC. That is the type of game that PC gamers like on Steam. That shit would sell like fucking hot.
Oh, yeah, because
visual novels sell a lot
True,
on Steam.
yeah.
Yes, there's
But yeah,
some really
Danganronpa. If you have a Vita, dust it off. Go play this.
extremely fucking weird Steam gamers playing weird games on Steam. That
It's
never
awesome.
happens. Okay, I'm gonna go real quick because this will not take long at all. Where did it go? Oh yeah, so Terra Battle. is one of the runner-up. That's the new Hironobu Sakaguchi Mistwalker team. Nobuo Uematsu, the Final Fantasy guys, made a tactics game that's done with tiles, and it's super fucking addictive because it's a tactics game, and I'm a huge
Cool. What
tactics
system?
guy. It's on the iPhone.
Oh.
It's fucking awesome.
What's the name of it again?
It's Terra Battle. It's a free-to-play tactics game.
Okay.
And it's grid-based, and it's awesome. Definitely worth checking out. Hitman Go. I just closed my list. Hitman Go is one of those games that I just, everybody was talking about it like, how do you turn Hitman into a board game? This is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. And it doesn't feel like a Hitman game, but yet it hits all the right points that you would want from a Hitman game turned into a board game. Like I could actually see them come out with a
would
physical
work as a board game.
That would be fucking awesome. But the winner of this category is Threes, because Threes is the greatest portable game I've ever played in my life, and it's charming and fun and silly, and the pieces talk.
Yes.
And have personalities, and the music is from Big Giant Circles, and it's like the weirdest sort of elevator muzak inspired tunes, just plays over and over and over again, and it's such a fucking charming game. And I also want to mention it because I'm tired of people playing 2042 and 4080. Fuck those games. Play Threes. It's a better game. It's like $2 or $4 or something. It's so good. Sorry. Angry.
Brian?
Yeah.
All right. Ellie, we talked about. Desert golfing, I talked about.
I'm gonna pull a Sean and just go to the restroom right now.
All right.
Well,
And then Hearthstone, which we haven't talked about.
Hearthstone. Okay.
Hearthstone. Played it from my iPad. It's awesome.
Nice.
It was the first game that got me into collectible card games.
Yeah, that's what I've
never
been hearing.
liked one in my life before I played Hearthstone. And I did not spend money on card packs, but I get it now. Like, I see how you can be into Magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Used to play Magic, Jason, back in high school. And that
No, I didn't.
That
No,
was
I
a
was not.
mystery to me. Oh,
What?
that wasn't you. It was you. Yeah, you and I were the ones who were missing.
Yeah, we're the ones who were like, nah, Magic.
Yeah, now I get it. You should play.
I kind of got that a little bit with Ascension. The
Oh
card game,
yeah.
Which is which I guess actually could be on my list as well here.
Yeah.
Do you have any others?
No, that's it.
For me, like I've been playing a boatload, and I know this didn't come out in 2014, but Castle Crashers is on thing, and then I also do Clash of Clans is the one that I've been playing since like 2012. I don't even know how long I've been playing this game, to the point where I check it like when I wake up in the morning. I would check my Instagram, check my Facebook, and then I check my Clash of Clans.
yeah.
And I just
Every
do
morning,
that,
it's like,
and then I've been
goddamn,
doing
it
that
happened.
since like October of 2012. Like I don't even know when this game came out. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, and then I just recently got Surgeon Simulator for Droid, and I've been playing that for a little bit. And of course, my phone stops working, so I didn't really get to fully enjoy how terrible it was on a mobile device. But so that's what I've been trying to do for the last while. But
Nice.
yeah,
How does that work on a phone?
It's
like a virtual keyboard.
yeah, it's really dumb. It's like you control one finger, like controls like one hand, and the other, like your one thumb controls one hand and the other one controls the other hand, and it's really dumb. It was not made to do it, and somehow they pulled it off to where like.
Yeah, because you have to have the right amount of some control, but not really a lot of control.
No, because you're still on a phone.
Right. Well,
It's
I could feel, I could see them actually doing it wrong, like giving you too good of controls. That would like ruin the game if it was too good.
Yeah.
It's just
Or vice
dumb. It's
versa.
just dumb, and it obviously takes way too much power out of your phone. But it's like one of those games where it's like you turn it on, you're at 100%, and then like 10 minutes later you're at like 40.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh great, I should never play that game ever again.
For me, this like list, since this year I played so much of my gaming was on my phone. I feel like to some degree this list could be a whole bunch of my game of the years. But I'm gonna say Hitman Go, and then I don't even know. I'm gonna give 3 winners for this one. I'm gonna give XCOM Enemy Within. Which,
Fuck the rules.
Yeah. XCOM Enemy Within, which came out for the
Yes.
iPhone this year.
Yes.
And just like I did last year, I have absolutely been just kind of like, I have a computer over there that has this game on it that I paid $20 on Steam for, but I'd rather play it on my phone.
I can lay in bed.
I can lay in bed. Exactly. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be laying in bed playing, doing a few more, just a little more.
Did any of us play Hearthstone?
Brian,
I
you
played
just
a
Oh,
lot.
walked
that was
away.
yours. Okay, because
I
I was going to
played
say,
some of it.
I think this might be the year that I actually dive in and give it a shot.
You should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I've heard nothing
it's
but
really
good things
fun.
about it.
Seems like fun. I just like I was saying it, and I said it in the chat. It's almost too random for me. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get good at that game. If
It's
you
just it's one of those games that you just need to pour in a ton of time,
Right.
and know every nuance to like everything, and
Managing the randomness is a big
It's
part of the game.
it's
Yeah.
the deck building part that I get lost in because I just don't care enough.
nah,
to
I
do
wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't do that.
Game
That's
Trailers
just-
gave
yeah.
it Game of the Year.
That's-
Period.
Crazy.
What?
That's
people,
crazy.
people were pissed.
Full stop game of the year.
Full
Yeah.
stop Game of the Year. And it
That's-
beat out
It's such a weird year.
Bayonetta 2, which has one of their highest scores
It's
of
such a
all
weird
time.
year.
That's-
People in the comments were pissed.
And-
I mean, it's a good game,
Weird.
but I wouldn't.
I mean,
put
it is a good game, but it's. I don't know. You know,
They
what? I'm
delivered
not
it
going to
very
weigh
well.
in on their choices because certain,
Different, yeah.
certain establishments made weird choices. You know, GameSpot made Alien Isolation Game of the Year.
No, they
which I
went
think
with
is-
Mordor.
No,
PC Gamer went with
that's Giant Bomb. Oh, or no.
PC Gamer
Oh,
went
you're
with
right.
Alien Isolation.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
my
mean,
other.
This is a very
Yeah.
divisive year for Game of the Year. It's
Yes,
like there's no
it's so
one,
weird
all
year.
over the map. Nothing really took the crown this year.
Some of my other winners for portable, and I'll mention this more later, but Leo's Fortune, which is this
Yeah.
adorable. Yes. Did you play that, Brian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot all about that game.
Yeah.
It's a lovely, beautiful. It's a side-scrolling platformer, but it just got a lot of charm and really, good looking, and just it feels right. It's very floaty.
It's
but in a
basically
good
Sonic the Hedgehog on your phone, right?
In many ways, Sonic the Hedgehog,
That's
but
what
a
I
lot more floaty, kind of Kirby-esque movement, which works well for the phone because you only have so much control. And it's great. It's a great little game. And then also Devious Dungeons, which I really sunk a whole lot of time in earlier this year. It is pretty much kind of a slimmed down Rogue Legacy for the iPhone, and it's the kind of thing that Rob, I remember how much you loved Rogue Legacy last year.
God.
And
love
this is
that
the
game.
game that made me understand. Like I didn't get too much into that, and it worked. I thought it worked great for the phone in that it's just some quick short, just gonna jump down into a dungeon for a little bit, die. Okay, great, I'm done.
Right.
And it was. There's not an enormous amount to it, but it's slick and smooth, and I want to get more coins to get another better armor to go down further down the dungeon to get more coins, and it was good. It's a great little game.
That's awesome.
Devious Dungeons by
Devious Dungeons. Okay.
by Ravenous Games, who made like the League of Evil games and those other good iOS platformers.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that another category down?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're flying this
Nice.
year.
Can I start with the next one?
Yes, I don't even know what it is. What is
Yeah,
it?
best gameplay.
Oh yeah, please take the
All right,
reins.
ready?
Yes.
One Finger Death Punch.
Yeah,
Yes.
isn't that as a bold choice for this category?
Very simple. Do you know this
don't-
game,
I don't know
Tanner?
either.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Just show that during a break.
This is
Yeah.
this is me shaking my head. Going, I
Oh my God. It's just so like it just works so great. It's so easy. It's so simple. You just press on left or right, but they just pull it all together, and it's so much fun.
It's amazing that there's so much depth to that.
don't. Of all
Yes,
the
there
games,
should be way
okay.
more, way less depth. There should be a lot less to that. They've got like a map and all these different modes, and it's dumb, and it is. What's that?
The lightsaber level.
Yes, the lightsaber levels, and that little ball thing that you can bounce around just off guys, and you try to keep that from flying away for as long. And it's like this little mini game that you make for yourself because it's awesome. That game was super fun. Yep,
Was that your winner or runner up?
that's my winner. I'll just
Couldn't
runner
you
up.
tell from his enthusiasm?
Yeah, that was this like
If that was his runner-up,
there were tears of joy involved.
getting a little.
I
worried
know it
here.
didn't come out this year, but I did enjoy the gameplay of Payday 2. I thought that worked out real well.
Just say
It was
it.
a good
You
one,
haven't played that with me, have you?
No, we need to play that, man. We should play that one.
I played that with my brother, and he has a good guy going. Anytime we do a co-op game, he always decides that midway through he's going to be the rogue. He's going to blow this
one guy that's
he's going
like,
to so in the
goes
middle
off.
of Payday 2, he'll come over voice chat and be like, I'm taking all the money for myself. I'm going renegade. I'm out.
Start shooting all his own
And he'll
guys.
just let me get murdered, and then he'll get shot on the way out the door.
Nice.
A valiant
Nice.
escape, thwarted by all the cops. That's hilarious.
I've seen that Mammoth film.
But yeah, best gameplay. One finger death punch.
I'll go.
All right, you go.
I would have to say, like the thing with me for the gameplay was always, I don't know. I had so much fun playing Titanfall, but you guys were saying was like, I felt like everybody got too good at it. Like it was just one of those games that's like everybody I've ever talked to was like, I just got so good at that game. I kind of gave up on it. And I just never. There was never that point where it's like, oh, I want to get like the best. I was always like, I got good at it, and then I was just like, I don't really care anymore. And then the other one is Bayonetta 2. I got to play a good like 4 or 5 hours of that game, and there's something about it that like every 5 minutes you're just like, holy shit, that just happened. That was just like the coolest thing I've ever seen. Having like two giant titans fighting in the background while you're
the
like,
feel of it is so good.
yeah,
right?
just playing it itself, like you kill like 30 guys in a row, and then you're just like, holy crap, I just did that with my hair. Like, oh, that's fucking cool. But everything about it, I just had a really, really great time with it.
Boss.
Is that it?
Rock
Sean,
and roll.
you want to go?
Sure, I'll go.
Oh, we got a
Best-
sweet thing.
Yeah. Best gameplay. Runner-up would be Wolfenstein for me.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I've already talked
That's a
about
good, yeah.
Winner, though, would have to be Bayonetta 2.
Yes.
Because when
Wow.
you, like, that is one of the most fluid action games I've ever played. Like, there's no, like, when I get my ass kicked, it's because I got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
The game, like, demands precision, and it gives you the tools to
And
do
you don't
that.
even feel mad about it. You're just like,
No.
okay, I know that I know that I fucked up right there. Like, I know I can do better. Like, I made mistakes here, here, and here, but it was still fun. Like,
I
will totally lose, and I'll totally keep doing that again.
I showed my wife I wanted to show her the opening one of the opening like 9 boss battles that game tosses at you, where you're fighting that huge fucking demon wrapping itself around like the Empire State Building, and at a point she remarked, she was like, I don't even know where your fingers are going right now. I don't even know how you're doing this. And I'm like, just stop talking.
Yeah, right.
It's like I just
in the zone.
Sit and enjoy.
Yeah, I loved it. It's fucking masterful.
It's so great.
Me.
Roberto.
Motherfucker. Okay. List. Let's see. Gameplay. Yeah, okay, this one was pretty easy. I enjoyed the original Binding of Isaac a lot. But Rebirth is way better. Sorry, it is.
Right.
It just
Well,
is.
yeah, of course
It
it is.
plays better. It looks better. The gameplay is some of the best gameplay I've played this year, bar none.
Slowdown is gone. I remember when
Oh my god!
the original Binding of
the
Isaac
random,
like that.
the random freezing because Flash buffer ran out of memory, and now everything's just fucking screwed. But don't touch anything because it might come back.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
So much like depth and secrets. Like there's that one character you can only get if you die in very specific ways.
Yeah.
One after another.
Well-
I was just talking about that yesterday.
Because gameplay wise,
Still
it's
didn't
not
know
just
about
it's
that.
not just an issue of like going around and shooting in 4 directions. It's also the combination of items. That,
Yeah,
dude,
the
Brian,
builds.
stop pulling that. You're like doing this. No, just
The
get a
builds
little-
that you can come up with in that game.
and how the items interact.
The-
Like item interactions that are just too fucking hilarious.
There was one that I saw a few days ago was like the Lord of Spiders, and it was like every time you get hit, you spawn like 20 spiders around you, and they seek all the enemies around you, and then when you kill an enemy, they become a little spider, and then after like 3 or 4 like little areas, you just have this like mass of the blue spiders that just go around, and you just demolish bosses with it, and it's just funny stuff like
That's
that, where
cool.
it's just like. You would never expect like something as simple as this game to just have so much depth and fun to it. But I mean, after we did see the first game, you're like you just kind of assume that this one's going to be good, but not as great as it has been. So I've been really enjoying it.
the subtle tweaks to the mobs and
Yeah.
I love the thing that absolutely blew my mind when I was playing that game was walking into an extra large room
Oh God.
and having a room that goes off the screen and, that it moves when you
they
go
do
in.
that
I'm like,
now.
whoa,
Yeah.
this is
Whoa.
21st century
Whoa.
gaming right here. What
Like,
the fuck
literally-
is
like,
happening?
I don't know you could do that.
The game doesn't end when you go
I
off the
didn't
screen.
know. I didn't know about that. So
Didn't
I got in.
fall
And,
off
like,
the screen.
As soon as I went to I was like, wait, where's the? I got
where's the
legitimately
wall?
confused. I was like, wait, where's the door? Did this game just glitch
You're
out?
like
And I went
shutting
to
the
the
game
bottom,
off.
and it kept flowing, and I was like, no, this is 16 bits. No, and it
like-
was just like the whole room
not
was
like
just
this.
filled with things that
Not
want
like
to kill
this.
you, and I was like, no, don't do this.
Yeah, I mean, the music, the non Banny Daranowski music is, you know.
What happened with
a little-
that? Like,
yeah,
did she just not do it?
They just, Nicholas did it in house.
Wow, I didn't. Yeah, because I
they
realized
had
that he
they have
wasn't-
in-house, music guys, so they did it. And
How do
actually,
you- how do
I'm
you
not a
skip on.
I'm not against it
so
because
weird.
I know the I know
weird.
the Danny Baranowski music so well
Yeah.
that it's actually nice to have different,
Different
music.
music, right.
But it's just that's a
You
thing.
really cannot go wrong with Danny though.
Rebirth, Wolfenstein, winner, Shadow of Mordor, because that gameplay is the best. The gameplay is the best thing about that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing there really is.
That's
in that
really,
game.
yeah. Next.
Oh, I gotta go.
wait. We keep forgetting about Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
Come on, man.
Okay, next category.
This is
All right, Binding of Isaac Rebirth, obviously. Threes, and this was the year I played Dark Souls, so I have to give it to that.
Yes.
Dark Souls is every single boss is a massive undertaking. That
Is
like
that
those-
whoa? Is that true? Danny B and Edmund had a falling out.
Whoa.
Is that true, Pokey? Because if
I
that's true, I
believe
didn't
Poke.
know that.
I totally would believe Poke.
That's okay. Well, sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to
Blew
interrupt.
Rob's
But that no,
mind.
that
I know.
did because we interviewed
That's
those
sad.
fuckers together.
He just peed a little.
I mean, it's
Yes,
been
we
a
did.
couple of years, but
Yeah.
still, it seems crazy.
weird.
All right. Anyway, Brian, please continue.
Dark Souls. It's really good. There was you remember you know that boss you fight that's the two guys. There's the one guy with the sledgehammer and then the one lightning guy.
Oh, this is Dark
Ornstein
Souls
and Smo.
1.
Yeah,
Dark
okay.
Souls
Ornstein
1.
and Smo.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
the Super
And-
Londo brothers.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I spent days where I did not get a single hit on those guys, and then
Which
I was
is
bad.
funny.
I don't know. And then eventually I just got to the point where I was owning them, and then I think when I killed them on New Game Plus without taking a single hit, and I wasn't even that
Nice.
much stronger than I was when I
Did you
first
let out
got-
like a primal scream?
yeah. it was
he
just
ripped off
like,
his
yeah.
shirt.
Apparently,
And then I challenged myself to kill the other guy first because you get a different item, and that's the thing.
The armor set. Is what
Yeah.
apparently, apparently Edmund removed Danny's music from other games too. Jesus, that must have been a serious falling out.
That guy holds a grudge.
Fuck. Apparently. So Dark Souls,
Dark Souls, it's pretty
your
good.
game of 2014.
Hell yeah.
Best
My best gameplay of 2014.
Yes, exactly. Is that it for this category?
That's it.
Yes.
Yes.
Another one and done?
That's it.
Best story.
Best story. Who's taking it?
This is gonna be one I'm gonna bow out on. I didn't really play any
This
games
wasn't
like
a
This
great
wasn't a
year.
great year for
I
story.
played Walking Dead
I
Season
have to
2.
disagree though. There is some really good like The Wolf Among Us, the Walking Dead games, the Telltale games. Had some
Brian, how
really
many
good-
episodes of Walking Dead season 2 did we play?
You played 3.
We played 3. I guess then I'll put mine to that. I guess
Yeah,
that's enough
I mean,
to
it's-
count playing it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this was the year of storytelling. I'm just saying that there are games that have some good story to where you feel something for the characters.
Oh, yeah.
You start to grow and really enjoy the development, and then when they die, you're just like, oh shit! Like, not to spoil anything, but wow, that was kind of heavy. Like the very last, I'm not going to get into it, but the very last episode for Walking Dead has you just being like, holy shit, that just happened. I cannot
Wait,
believe
you're telling
it.
me that Walking Dead season 2, which I've not finished, has awful things that happen at
Awful
the end?
things that happen.
What a spoiler.
I know. Well,
Yes.
I mean,
There's some
just
really,
play it.
really bad instances of zombie abuse in that.
Yeah,
in
you
that
know.
series. It's really,
PETA was all over it.
really tough on those zombies. Please save a zombie today. Buy a highway, save a zombie.
Yeah. What?
Silly. That's a New York thing.
That's stupid.
It's adopt a highway.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But it was dumb. Okay. Sean, no, yes, no, maybe something.
I have a couple. No, I have a couple. But Rob, I want to hear you first.
Okay, that's
I think we'll
that
have some
never
overlap.
happens.
No, I think we're gonna have some overlap. That's
Probably. Well, my list is sitting right there. Banner Saga. Banner Saga has
sure.
awesome story. Valiant Hearts. That story is fucked. World War One. There's just. Do you guys know Valiant Hearts?
I
It's
haven't
the World,
played it yet.
World War One. Ubisoft's World War One.
multi-character.
Adventure game.
The side-scrolling one. The side-scrolling one.
It's got side-scrolling elements in it, but
What was that one that we played that was like?
it's the hand-drawn one. It's the one that's built in the same engine as Rayman.
We played that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you walk across and it's kind of one of those games. It's not a point and click, but it's like one of those where like you pick an item and then it helps you progress
point and
a
click
little bit farther.
inspired. It's certainly point and click inspired.
No, that was good. That was.
And
a good
then
story.
this one that I keep going back to, and it wins this category, is The Fall, because The Fall is just got
I've heard about that.
an amazing story, and I'm loving the shit out of it.
So that's the only overlap we have.
All right, so what were your
My
Sledges.
runners up were Danganronpa for
Didn't
the
play
reasons
it.
I explained already.
Yeah.
Because Jesus
don't
Christ.
disbelieve you.
I want to buy it.
Second runner up is The Fall, because The Fall is one of those things where you can see this is not going to end well.
No.
Specifically because for anyone who hasn't played it, The Fall is about fucking brilliant. It's about a in the future, sort of military-ish, Space Marines or whatever. Their suits are sentient.
AI.
No, they're AI run. They're not self-aware.
The AI, they're not self-aware. They're sentient as much as that their goal is to protect their pilot. So let's say
They have
you're
certain directives that they have
So
to
let's say
follow.
you're in one of those suits and you go fucking comatose. The AI takes over, and its goal is to make sure you survive. So this is about there's been a crash, there's been a fall, crash landing on a planet, and you are playing as the AI attempting to save its pilot. And you can see the bad things starting to line up because she can't ignore her directives even when she knows
And
that,
everything's against her.
and and it's just like you can see people playing her. It's just, oh man. But my winner would be Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Nice.
I didn't like that story at all.
I loved it.
Didn't like that story at all.
Absolutely loved it.
I didn't like it. I especially didn't like the end, how that story resolved. So
Oh, I loved the ending of that game. I think specifically what I liked about the story was that, like I said, it humanized BJ Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
That's like saying, hey, we're gonna dive deep into Duke Nukem on this one. Really get in there.
The nuances of his character.
I love the characters and I love the voice acting. I love what they worked with, but I didn't think that the I thought the best part about that plot was the jump forward in time, and then everything sort of after that kind of fell apart as the story unfolded. That was my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it stayed at a nice even pace the whole way through, and then at the end, well, we'll get into that later. I won't spoil the ending.
We'll get into that.
Did Two Brothers come out in 2014 or was that 2013?
2013.
That was 2013.
That's
Oh,
2013.
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat knows the ending already. Rob blurted it out last year.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Man, that really hurt my playing of the game.
And I remember it was after two of us had bought it, or they're like the Steam sale. I think
Yeah,
Boris
literally.
and Brian was like, "Well, I think I'll buy this," and Rob goes, "All right, well, best moments of the year, the ending of Brothers, where blah 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 blah."
Right.
Or if he dies, then he dies, and then you just hate your life. And thanks, Rob. We had like 30 people unfollow that night. It's cool.
How many lashes before you guys shut up about this?
Well, after that, we're moving on to you
2018.
spilling scotch
Any more?
onto the mixer.
Any more?
Yeah,
Any more?
Scotch on the mixer.
Any more? All right, let's move on.
All right.
Somebody's
okay,
bitter.
That story.
Brian, best story.
Am I the only one that played the Kim Kardashian game that came out over the
Oh,
summer?
we're losing you. We're losing you.
Sorry.
Just kidding. That's not my
All right, so
Brian, I'm actually surprised it took you this long to pull that out.
This is the end of the cast, everybody. Sorry, we'll see you next time. We'll see you.
No,
We're losing him.
I'm amazed that I
I
thought
don't know
you'd
which
have this
button
way
to press.
earlier.
I don't know which button to press. How do we kill this guy? Okay.
No,
Is that the one where she gets pregnant and fucked by Ray J?
I'm kidding. I'm setting up a punchline for later. What actually?
There's my wife in chat. My wife played it, Colleen.
Hello,
There we go.
Colleen.
She
How are
probably
you?
just made that account to say, I played it.
It's actually surprisingly good, but it's not for the story.
Cut Brian's mic.
So what came out this year was a remastered edition of The Longest Journey, the classic point-and-click adventure game. That's a lot of people's favorite game in the world. So I played it. It was a pretty good story.
Cool.
along the lines of the game Sean was talking about before, there is a visual novel called Hatoful Boyfriend. And once you play a typical high school student who goes to a school full of birds and pigeons, and you can start dating the pigeons.
And supposedly, it's
game.
one of those games where the more you beat it, if you beat it a couple times, it starts to
It starts to
unravel the
change.
story, which is like post-apocalyptic side, like not what
Yeah,
you're expecting.
they just throw out that you
Funny-
live in a
that's
cave,
awesome.
and
Funny
you're
thing,
like,
this is the same premise for the Kim Kardashian game.
At least
Same
I always
universe
know I
5
can
years
rely on
later.
Brian to bring us very interesting games that no
No,
one's ever...
I heard of How to Hold a Boyfriend. I did not know that last part of it.
Yeah, so
yeah,
the more
yeah,
you
yeah.
beat it, the more layers you unravel of its story, which
Yeah,
is
let me
essentially like
tell you.
dystopian, like
that
Well,
rocket
there's a lot of
ship just
pigeons, so
keeps
yeah.
getting sexier and sexier. So man, I kept getting that.
Just like that hat.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I
just like that.
I just
hat.
like because I would love to meet the people who made that game. Like, I gotta be a small 2 or 3. I think the girl who made it, I can't remember where. I think she's from Japan. Like, I remember her and her friends sitting around and be like, man, you ever want to fuck a pigeon?
Never.
You know
mind.
what?
No.
I was thinking the same thing. We should do a game about it.
I kept trying to
It's
romance
a whole other kind of
the-
game jam, really.
the evil doctor in the nurse's office, and he kept murdering me and using me as an experiment.
That's a pretty good story.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this recording either, dude. Is this an actual Gamecrashers recording? Apparently, that's what this is now.
Yeah,
Talking about dating pigeons. Sure.
And then
okay.
also,
No,
I
that
played
sounds
Walking
actually
Dead.
I don't even-
completely within our wheelhouse.
I have no. It's totally our wheelhouse.
Yeah, but my winner is actually Kim Kardashian.
That's one fucked up wheelhouse. I gotta tell you.
Gamecrashers.
We fuck pigeons.
Buy our
Alright.
bumper sticker.
Moving on.
Is that it for
That's
story?
it,
Did
yeah.
somebody not go?
No, that's it.
That's it. Seriously?
Yeah.
Shit, we're just banging through these categories. That was
Yeah.
a bad time to say that.
Best world.
Best world. Best
Now, when we say best world, I want to ask you because there are certain things where I was like best world, and I was going to pick it, and I was like, wait a minute, are we talking about like did the best job at constructing it, or like oh what a great world? Because let's say I was going to go with Wolfenstein: The New Order, yeah, and it was like, man, I think that future
You just
where
made
the-
yourself. Yeah.
I just like where the Nazis are running shit. That is just like the best world. for
Best
me.
world
Yeah.
building, I think it was it. I remember I asked for this category to be added back during Skyrim when I remembered that literally it was not going to win a single one of my categories except for Game of the Year. Like, I was like, what does it do well? Oh, it's got a good world. Okay, let's put that in. We'll go
I actually
on.
didn't go with Wolfenstein though.
right.
Best worlds, runners up, The Fall is one of them.
Great.
Because that is an intensely atmospheric, and you want to know more about it by the time that game is over. But my winner, and I just think this speaks to, because I haven't played Inquisition. I'm sure that'll pop up somewhere. Honestly, I'd have to go with Mordor because it just like it's cheating.
Mordor's
because
world is really
they
good.
had the source material, but
Yeah.
like shit,
They did
sure
it right.
fucking feels like Mordor to me.
Yeah.
And it's a really shitty world because it's fucking. It's Khazad-dûm. It's
Yeah.
the Black Gate. It's not a
Well,
happy place.
it expands a little more as you move on. You get other areas.
Yeah, you do, but it's a pretty fucked up area anyway.
Yeah.
It's not a happy joint. It's almost kind of as bad as your, Nazi selection.
Wolfenstein: The New
It's
Order.
just orc Nazis. It's the same fucking thing. It's the crazies running the asylum.
Orc Nazis.
Yeah, not a lot of great world building this year. I mean,
No.
I would almost be tempted to throw it out there. I wanted to know more about the world of Titanfall, but you ain't getting that shit.
Yeah,
from
no,
Titanfall.
I hear you actually.
You
yeah.
ain't getting that because I remember.
Wait for Titanfall 2.
Wait,
coming
wait!
in
I just like I
2017.
still remember Titanfall, like the last chapter of the multiplayer campaign. The commander died. The fuck was he?
Yeah, right. Yes.
Which commander?
We'll never forget your sacrifice. Wait, what did he do?
Oh, right. He's like,
When did he die?
Yeah. I don't know.
Commander Rapitsky. No, I'm kidding.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm gonna jump in on this one real quick because my runners-up are Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I think that world is gorgeous, and
That was the great part about
that is
game.
the
It's
part
like-
about that game. That's like that almost was the winner of this category.
Now, can I say something?
Yeah.
Because you can see this here. I had it initially on my list, and I took it off.
Right.
Because maybe I'm just misunderstanding the question. When I thought about it,
It's world. It's the overall area
It's-
that you're existing in, either because of the people, characters, NPCs, area, towns, skyboxes. It's not the next category, which is the feeling, the vibe,
Yeah,
the
it's the
sort
actual
of
physical.
it's
world.
actually. Would you want to like
The
visit
lore
this place?
might be part of it. Or
Yeah.
that kind of
Would
thing.
you want to visit that place? So I
Backstory.
really should take Wolfenstein off. then.
Might want to.
Yeah, way to go.
Wolfenstein's world is an interesting question. It's like, yeah, it's a fucked up world, but
They do such a
they
good job
do
of
such a great
building
job
it,
of building
and I
it.
never want to go there.
No, never. No, you don't want to be a part of that at all. But I picked Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and I also picked Dead Rising 3. Because I think
that was my
the world
pick.
of Dead Rising 3 was probably my favorite of all 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't really like the Las Vegas one, because I felt lost in it and overwhelmed by it, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense.
But I always feel lost in all of those games. Like I play it and then I'm just like, I really don't have like this like urge to continue on with the story because it's just so the time-based aspect of it is just kind of like, oh great, I gotta rush over to the other side of the damn mall. Great, here we go. I gotta run through all these people. Cool.
Can I say something? I hated the first Dead Rising
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
I
no, the
hated
first-
I hated the time management aspect
The
of it. And
first
the mall
one was a niche-
The mall was
yeah.
just loading screen after loading
Yeah.
screen after loading screen.
It was a niche. I thought it was actually a very niche response title. Like there were people who loved it, and then it was a lot of people just going like
loved it.
Yeah, and I was one of them.
Who still?
But
like,
I thought they've gotten better with each game.
Yeah,
like
the
the
last
third
one is
game
really
is
fun.
the third game I thought was going to be an absolute fucking dog, and it is one of my favorite games
Yeah.
from this year, bar none. But the world is really the thing that kept me coming back to that game, as well as the weapon building. But that game does not have good gameplay. I'm sorry, it's not as satisfying as other games on the gameplay list. And then the winner of this category has got to be Dragon Age Origins, because Dragon Age's world is
Inquisition.
Sorry, Dragon Age Inquisition. I wrote Origins for some reason. Yes, you're right.
Same
Although-
world, so
But yes, I mean yes. And actually, some parts of that game, when you go back to them, they feel like the places that you've been in the original game in Origins, because it's awesome. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, really well realized world. I think the only thing that is annoying about it is that it doesn't feel as alive as Origins sometimes. Just because everything in Origins was told through characters in that game. And sometimes in this game, a lot of stuff is not told by creatures or humans inhabiting the world.
It's like codex,
but
or-
it's like pieces of paper
Yeah.
floating around. It's like, wow, a lot of people wrote down shit, but no one's here.
Way to go.
It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, that wins it for me.
All right, my best world would have to be the Kim Kardashian game. I think I'm gonna have to go with that one.
But that's our world. It's a window into our world.
Well,
Is that
I get her
is-
world. Her world is not our
her
world.
world
Is that her?
definitely
Is that her behind? Is that the world that
It
we're
has its
talking
own
about
orbit,
here?
so yes, it's a
This is so-
world. No, but
Mario Galaxy kind of thing here.
exactly. There's own little like queen princess. Like,
Cellulite.
no, but I put Bayonetta 2 for that one. There's a lot of
Really?
great. There's
Okay.
a lot of great aspects of that where like you can even just stop in the game and you can just look around and be like, wow, this is actually really cool. And then the Dead Rising 3 was also very, very good.
Yeah.
Where you can just love everything about it. I mean, the gameplay was not very good, but yeah, I had a really good time playing that and really got sucked
If you
into
play
like
it really,
what it
if you
wanted.
play it as a really dumb game, it's way more fun.
Yeah,
because that's really what it is.
We were in like a hazmat suit for half the game, and then we were in like some like.
I mean, they made DLC for that game that made it dumber, specifically so that you wouldn't take it so seriously, because it has a really serious aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
Well, even the opening, like the opening theme song when it kicks in, it's
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
it's like that. I think the name of the song is like, please remember my name, and like it sets a tone for the game that is just not there.
completely
As soon-
lost,
As soon as
yeah.
that song ends, it's like, all right, where's my chicken suit?
yeah,
If we had,
why
I will
am
say,
not running
if we had
around?
best opening of the year, that would
Yeah,
win.
that is
Because
the-
just
so
like
that
the
opening
the
is
music
amazing.
Kicks in and, so I played with my headphones on. The music kicks in, and you go down that guitar riff. Oh,
And going
man,
down
it's-
through the center of that plane.
Oh, the plane. Oh, oh my God! And then the game says, "All right, call in an airstrike in a chicken suit."
Yeah. It's fine with me.
Everybody keeping up? Is that it?
That's it.
Jason, it's you. Oh, yeah. All right, Jason.
Brian.
Somebody has mentioned
Oh, Brian.
Souls 2. 'cause
Yeah,
Dark
sure.
Souls
I don't-
Rob's
was-
waiting on that one. He's
I
gonna
don't-
unleash the full.
I'm gonna unleash
Rob
holy
rage
hell.
later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dark Souls 1 had a hell of a world.
Nah.
I would.
Hello world.
Yes, Dark Souls 1 did. Dark Souls 2.
All right.
It's like Helen
Hell
Keller
world.
built that thing together.
That ether. Oh, it
It's so bad. That world is so broken.
Brian, what else you got?
I would also love to live in a world where I can lick a truck going down the highway at 80 miles an hour.
Yes.
And then get
Alright, that's
yanked
actually a
along
good
behind
That's a
it,
great pick.
disengage, and then go flying through the air, hit a person who's sitting there dancing forever, going like that endlessly.
Oh wait,
Party
that's too much for the
crasher.
camera. That's too much for the camera.
Whoa, we're gonna have to
Just a
censor
little-
this from now
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Whoa, it's melting.
you
The
just-
camera's actually melting.
Did you just go down the roller coaster? What's happening here? You got like an ice slide or something. What is
I'm
it?
dancing, man. I have no idea what I look like again.
Well,
is
yes,
like-
you
this
is
bump
like-
into a human and they just
This is really
Yeah, to the
bad.
ground.
This is really bad.
So-
Black.
I would too if a
whatever.
goat did that to me.
By the way, if you
So
wanna-
yes, I would
Good
like
point,
to live in the
actually.
world
Lay
of Goat
dead.
Simulator.
by the way, if you want
That's a
to,
demon goat.
if you want to have yourself a nice salty lunch, go and read PC Gamer's original review of Goat Simulator. It is the most catty, like, I can't believe you stupid people like this thing.
jeez.
I'm so much more intelligent than this game. Just please go read it, and it will remind you of why you should really stop reading print media.
I noticed this game has certain
Accurate.
flaws to its realism.
Can I play as a female goat as well? No.
Take too long to animate.
I love the
More time on tongue.
I love when Unity had the bug of the face missing, and the number one comment was, "Holy shit, they weren't kidding! They really can animate women."
Yes.
Oh.
That's terrible.
And then Jason,
And
too?
yeah,
Oh.
my world, best world.
hello.
I thought Call of Duty built an interesting one. There was some weird stuff that happened to that story, but certainly the kind of future tech and Kevin Spacey apparently taking over all the governments or something. I don't know. It was interesting.
Which
It was an
is
interesting
totally
world.
believable.
Absolutely.
I would
game-
let Kevin Spacey take over the government.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
with
That
that.
Totally fine
game,
with
that
I've seen
game
him-
is.
I've seen him now in
slick
two
as
different.
Fuck,
Yes,
dude.
yes, that's a good
That
way.
game
Yeah.
is sexy.
I've seen
That's-
Kevin
that's a good way
Spacey
of putting
now
it,
in
yeah.
two different mediums, in two different roles, do a better job than.
Yeah, right.
Kaiser Soze.
I will say in Modern Warfare, I love when you first get the robotic arm, and
Yeah.
whoever animated that thing,
Yes.
when they first put it on and they're like calibrating it, it's
so
the gears
cool.
going. That man, fucking Advanced Warfare, that is a sexy game.
Yeah, no.
And I
yes.
never thought I would say that about a Call of Duty.
That's
Yeah,
a good
no.
point. But yeah, no, it's slick and is an interesting future they've built. I'm gonna say Shovel Knight. I only played about a half an hour of that game, but I like that. Going to that first town, just talking to people, and there's just horses in dresses walking around, just perfectly normal and
Yeah, no big deal.
no big deal. And it seems like an interesting world that I want to play more of. And
It is a great world. I did have it on my list at one point, but
and then my winner is definitely Leo's Fortune, which I said before is an iOS platformer, and it's got this great, it's kind of like Eastern European like fairy tale kind of feel to it. You are in this you're this weird kind of ball, like fluff ball type thing, and you have like all these brothers and sisters, and your fortune has been stolen. You're trying to retrieve it, and you keep like accusing your various brothers, sisters, and cousins and such, and they all have their own. It's like this. It's not even really steampunk, but this kind of fantasy world with lots of gears everywhere, and like one of your brothers is like this mechanic, and again it's got this charming, very strange fairy tale kind of vaudevillian almost kind of atmosphere to it, or just Charlie Chaplin-esque, something like that. Kind of interesting kind of take on this strange world, but I shouldn't, that you only see glimpses of, but it's interesting.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What else are we going?
Next
Next
category.
category.
Yeah,
What is the next category?
we're so on top of this, guys.
Best atmosphere.
Best atmosphere.
Should I just jump into this then?
Yeah, the camera's already on you.
All right. So kind of similarly, I'm gonna say Leo's Fortune will be a runners up for me for atmosphere because what I've just described, and they pull that off well as Luftrausers.
Oh,
I'm surprised
God,
actually has
yeah.
that been mentioned yet?
Nope.
That is, I'm not really sure what the atmosphere is trying to get there, but it's bizarre and insane and martial and strange Nazi. I don't even know.
Luftrauser.
Yeah, Luftrauser
is fantastic.
I'm almost not sure if I should give this because I literally played 10 minutes of it this morning, but I've been wanting to play it for a while and just hadn't gotten around to it. Is This War of Mine?
Yes.
Which Awesome Surprise hasn't
So
been mentioned
good.
yet, but I've watched some videos of it, and the 10 minutes I already could tell the atmosphere is oppressive and incredible, and just the visuals, the kind of scratchiness to the animation, to the lighting, the just beaten downness of everything that they're just drawing this cloak around you of fear and paranoia.
From the maker of Anomaly, Warzone Earth,
I
by
know.
the way. Jesus.
Yeah,
Really?
There's a lot of indie developers out there making some wow, I would not like No Man's Sky next year is being made by the Joe Danger
Yeah,
people. It's just like, what the fuck? All right,
crazy.
cool. People trying
Hello
different things.
Games,
Yeah.
3-team studio making a
Three-person
procedurally
yeah.
generated
Yeah, yeah.
galaxy
Yeah.
search, flight combat.
Anyway, there's
game.
a lot of that of that studio's making
That would be
this?
like
Okay,
the
great.
four of us making fucking Star Citizen.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
Let's
Hey,
do it.
$65 million, let's do it.
Oh my god.
So that's my atmosphere.
All right, I'm all over this one. Once again, said it multiple times on my lists. Vanishing of Ethan Carter goes
Oh
on
yeah,
here.
sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Fall, because I haven't played
yeah.
any game like it in quite a long time. And Alien Isolation.
Yep.
That's a good
That's
call.
what I was gonna put- that's
That's a good
mine.
call.
You
Motherfucker.
You're a dick. I have the same three.
Nice.
We are occasionally at times
Nice.
the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
person. You
So
know
let's
this?
talk about it.
So say
then.
the list
Okay,
again.
yes, all right, yeah.
So but out of all those, I would make my winner because I was between Alien and The Fall.
So you made your winner The Fall.
I made my winner The Fall.
Okay, very
That's
interesting.
not
Reason
wrong.
being is that
Necessarily.
I thought with The Fall, when you are walking through, specifically what got me about that game is when you're walking through the domestication process.
Oh god, yeah.
And you're getting domesticated. You're getting she's getting turned into a servant robot, but she's not. She's a war machine. So she's being passed through all these tests.
Oh, it's so fucked.
And all the stand-ins for the humans are these cardboard cutout with
Douchebags.
douchebags with like the faces faded out or like half a smile or something, and the voice comes over.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
It's terrifying and like it's misty and foggy, and it's probably the most perturbed I've been by an atmosphere since like Silent Hill 2, where I was just
Jesus.
on edge. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like my
should
threat
play this
detector.
game.
Especially when those little fucking those little automatons of the humans showed up. I was like, nope. The only reason I don't go with Alien Isolation, I'm so familiar with that atmosphere. I've seen Alien thousands of times.
But being in the middle of the shit changes.
being
And
in the
having
middle-
it done well, because there's been other Alien games that have come out. And
There's
you don't
never
feel
been
like-
an Alien game. There's
Yeah.
never
It's
there's
always
been
been
Aliens
versus
games.
something.
It's like
Yeah.
all Jimmy Cameron.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Kind of
The
Aliens
one thing I had a
games.
problem with Alien Isolation though was the alien itself. Like it never really felt like it was that big of a threat. Like it was always like it would come and then it would like kind of just run around you and then it would kill you, or it would just never felt like it was actually stalking you. I think it was more because it had this like the like a tether to it. To like it was always with your character. It's always there. You're always worrying about it, but it's never like off killing other people.
Oh no,
You know,
it totally was.
but
When
I mean,
when
like,
I played it
it's
recently,
always there.
when I
Like, it's-
played it recently, there were multiple times where I got through a section because
It
the
was-
alien
but
was
yeah,
busy
that's- yeah.
killing either other humans on the Sevastopol. Which may I just say, winner for best fucking name of a space station,
Sevastopol.
Sevastopol, fucking brilliant.
And the computer systems throughout the whole thing. where
Apollo?
there's, like, yeah.
Oh, going from Mother to Apollo.
That's pretty good.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Good.
Just great naming conventions in that franchise all across the board.
And-
but the atmosphere for me in Fall was really close to winning for me. And it's the same things too, because it's got this weird, very
when we're done, I'm going to show you a few screenshots of what I'm talking about.
It's very macabre. It's very bleak, dark, depressing, funny humor at times that's wrapped up in this just delivery system of, oh shit, this is going to go completely
You talk about the
wrong.
humor in that game. The baby. When you solve
The baby.
there's a puzzle where you have to get a baby to stop crying. When you finally solve it, the baby gets like set on fire and like sucked up through a thing, and then it is like analyzing.
Baby,
Congratulations, baby is silent.
Baby is quiet. That one was funny, but the one that was even funnier, I don't
The
know if I
old
want to. You know what? I don't want to say it because
Don't say it. All right,
people
yeah.
should experience it.
Yeah,
but
just
there's
spoil.
the second set of merits. There are a couple of really funny fucking things in there, and the caretaker is terrifying in that game. He's terrifying. But Alien wins for me because I don't know, just being in that space. That something about being familiar with that space from having watched the movies, but also being in some place that is completely unknown to you, and knowing that everything has a potential chance to just be, life ending.
I will say, I did
And
get
there's
chills in my
really
spine.
nothing you can do about it.
I did get chills when you're first walking through and you just hear the slightest bit. Like I had my headphones on, the slightest
Oh,
bit in the
yeah.
background, the theme song. Do do do. I was like, whoa.
I will say there was a bunch of times where the music came up to such a degree and such a din that it almost made it not scary that the alien, because you knew the alien was nearby because the way the music works. But but really, there's a lot of moments where you forget about it and you're just trying to reach this goal, and all of a sudden it's just like,
It's here.
and it's you can't tell if it's coming from above you, if it's coming from the walls, if he's walking around. I think it's so good. The atmosphere's so good.
But Charlie made a great point. Was personally felt like cyborgs were scarier than the alien.
The cyborg,
And that's what I was mentioning. Was
the what is it? The
Working Joes.
Working Joes. The Working Joes are terrifying.
That's also a great name.
The first time they go really south, and then one of them grabs you. I've seen that thing 18 million
the
times
one where
on
it's
Twitch.
on the ground.
Yeah, and I had forgotten about it when I was casting it, and I still jumped.
You shit yourself.
Oh yeah, totally did.
Okay,
Totally did.
those working jokes too. Because when you finally get a firearm and you're like, all right,
I can
let me put a bullet in its head. No, it needs 13. So you can take it down, but it's gonna, yeah.
You are being hysterical. Let me help you.
Did anyone play? Was it PT?
We played it. We
could
played it on
not-
cast.
I didn't play
I
it.
loved it.
Could
I
not play it.
loved it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I watched because before
I
we had to
watched
play.
a Let's Play of
Yeah,
it.
I
before we
shit
played
several
it-
pairs of drawers on
Oh
that
my
thing.
god, we turned off all the lights and it was like this was probably at like 4 a.m. We'd already been casting for a good like 8 or 9 hours. He
Miserable.
was done and I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna play PT.
Miserable.
So and I played. Did I play the whole thing or did you play?
You played
just
the whole.
watched.
I
so
watched
yeah.
because I couldn't
I
fucking
was
do
pretty
it.
drunk. So
I could not fucking do
and
it.
I the annoying thing was that, well, not annoying. I would say that it was perfect for how little we wanted to play it. But I had seen a lot of the playthroughs for it, so I knew how to like what parts to like go through, like what parts to like make sure that I click on, hit like the X on the little like thing.
Oh yeah, some of the puzzle looks stupid. But.
There were some stupid parts to it, but that's what made that fun, is because I already knew that and I can skip through all that stupid stuff to where like still when the girl like would jump at you, you'd still shit your bricks. Like
Yeah.
you had no choice. Like you were fucked. And then some of the really crazy parts were, I think we stopped right after when you have like you start running, and you have like the really quick
Right.
speed and
Fast
everything kind
speed,
of just goes insane. We stopped like pretty much a little bit after that, but
There's a whole
overall,
lot of wrong in that game.
I wanted to put that in here, like if you had like a best demo or like a best like.
Oh no, fuck that shit. There are other
would've-
outlets have not cared that that's a demo.
Oh,
like
God.
at all.
It counts enough. Yeah.
It's a game.
so
It's a paid
good.
product.
And
It's
I
a
was
game.
so
That
excited.
game, when you finally get to that scratchy voice message at the end,
Not
it was
me.
like,
It's in
No, fuck
Swedish.
that shit.
That one.
Not
no,
me.
it's the one at the end when you finally
Oh,
get.
you're right. Yeah.
And he's
Not
like,
me.
but I'm coming back.
Yeah, it's
And
your
I'm
son,
bringing
right?
all my toys.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yes, it's so good. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I was one. I didn't play it, but I watched.
No,
it.
I was
thank
so
you.
let me tell you, I was
Damn.
so disappointed because I run help run a genre film festival, and we were supposed to have Norman Reedus there this
Yeah.
year.
We were gonna be there that night.
Yeah,
And
we were
everyone-
supposed to be there.
everyone-
My girl-
he canceled-
Claire's still really disappointed. That
I
she
was
didn't-
disappointed.
She was
Sorry.
only dating me to go
Sorry,
run
who
off
is
with him.
Norman Reedus?
Norman Reedus is the guy from The Walking Dead, but
Oh,
he's
okay.
also in the new Silent Hill game.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
was he in PT? Was he,
He
a
is
voice?
the main character in PT.
He is-
At the
you're
very,
playing
very
as-
end, they like pull away from him, and you can see it's him, and that's a big shocker. Oh my god, it's this A-list new like.
But that's
not
why
new,
I was
but
so
mean-
when he
Right.
canceled, everyone was like,
Interesting.
"Oh man, the guy from The Walking Dead," and I was like, "No, the guy from Silent Hill."
So who?
Anyone else
do you
for
want?
atmosphere?
Brian.
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 All right,
Yep.
next category.
Brian, atmosphere.
That's a Freddy's.
Five
Yes.
Nights at Freddy.
It's so.
God,
good.
am I the most
I'm
spineless
gonna
person
install
here?
that as that type of game where I'm gonna be sick of it after like 30 seconds, or is it like
It's one of those games that either you can just be like, oh my god, this is so stupid, or you can just like want to just push through it. And it's one of those games you like, I feel like I need to conquer it. Like I went through it, and after like the first night, I'm like, okay, that wasn't that bad. And then like 4 seconds into night 2, thing jumps out at me and scares the living shit out of me, and I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna have to keep doing this. And you keep, when you mess up, you're like, this is so shitty, I feel terrible, but I want to just keep going. And it's just kind of like a punishment thing. It's kind of like one of those games that you just want to keep.
Okay, so that's your Dark Souls.
Like, I can't believe that there's so little you can do in this game.
But there's
You can literally like take 4 action something like that.
yeah.
I want nothing to do with this
Somehow,
game.
It's just gonna terrify you. Like you're just sitting there waiting to get killed for a lot of the game.
Yeah. And it gets progressively harder and harder.
Yeah. I never beat it. I was unable.
I beat the first one. I didn't beat the second one.
3, I just like I can't handle this anymore.
Nope.
Checked out.
You guys are fucking crazy. I don't like that game.
Monument Valley, which
Good, nice,
Good
nice
choice.
one.
I can get behind that.
was like like yelling in your face. There's just something so minimalist and evocative about that. And that totem, like how it just becomes your best friend, even though he doesn't really do anything. Like he does one and two very specific, interesting things. But like it's amazing how much they achieve with so little in that game.
Right.
So yeah, that's up there.
Yeah,
That's a good
I have
one.
to agree with Ostrava on this one. For what Five Nights at Freddy is, that's like a $15 game.
I got it gifted to me, so
I don't
can't
understand what they think they're selling there. I know that people really like that game, and I know it's terrifying, but that is less of a game than PT. In my
all it
opinion.
is jump scares.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why that's a crazy thing. But yeah, I'm totally.
Yeah.
I don't get that, but whatever. That's just
It
me.
was
I'm not
fun.
gonna play that fucking.
I'll never play it
Not
again.
gonna play that game anyway. Okay, is that Atmosphere?
Yeah.
Holy motherfucking shit! Moving right along. Next one is Design.
Brian, so we don't forget, why don't you go first?
Yeah, why don't you go first, sir?
Yeah, why don't we just have Brian go over?
Yeah.
That's all right.
I have two card games for this one actually. Hearthstone. Hearthstone is so well designed.
That's a good pick.
I don't know how good it is in comparison to other CCGs because I never played any of them, but it's really darn good.
I think it's officially the best one that's ever come out, like
The
as a
best
game.
CCG.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay,
It
so
sure
I don't know
beats
if
any
you guys,
Magic card game that's ever come out.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
So I'm kind of giving this to my next one. I'm giving it because it is basically nothing but game design. I don't know if anyone has played Dream Quest, but it's a game that looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint. It is basically a roguelike Hearthstone, essentially. So it's like you're moving around and you get into various fights, and in these fights you are using cards, and when you level up you get to deck build, essentially, and get a new card and play it. And it looks ridiculous. It's impossible. It's incredibly difficult. But it's just it's obviously a game designer's game when you play it. Like it's a game that is very unappealing to most normal people.
Games are getting a lot harder again, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
That's
It's
what I'm
great.
happy with. I am
It's like
so
we're back
happy
in
with
the
that.
NES all over again.
Have you guys played Gods Will Be Watching?
Oh, no.
Fuck that
Wait.
shit.
Save that for the dubious part.
Okay. Good fucking lord. I'm sorry. I just sidetracked. Keep going, Brian.
Yeah, play Dream
Fuck.
Quest. It's another.
Save that
It's another.
salt.
And the other thing that's coming back is it's a premium iOS game. So premium games are coming back on mobile.
Yeah.
So play it, Dream Quest. It's good. That's me.
All right, who's up? Sean, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. My runner-up would have to be Bayonetta 2, because like back when Halo 1 came out, Bungie was really big on. They were like, the 5 minutes of fun theory. They wanted to make sure you didn't go more than 5 minutes without something fucking awesome happening. That is Bayonetta 2 to a T. That game wants to make sure.
So they
that-
shorten it to 2 minutes.
Make sure it just wants to make sure that you are constantly enjoying yourself. And the second you start to be like, whew, don't know how we're gonna top the. Oh my fucking god! But the winner, and I got into this earlier, in the best indie would have to be Divinity: Original Sin.
God, I want to play that game.
That game, like I said, the way that they designed that
Shit.
world to be interacted with, and the way that they try to account for every dumb thing you and your buddy could do.
Damn.
You can straight up kill NPCs, and even though you've killed them, and now they were your plot, they were a significant part of you beating this quest, the quest is still beatable. Like they had to
they've
design
taken
that.
every route that's possible.
They've. I'm sure someone's found some sort of quest that is
Great,
unbeatable if you
yeah.
kill certain people.
Oh, I'm sure there are ways to break that game.
You just
sure you kill everything.
But I commend what that studio has done with that kind of RPG, because that is an RPG that really doesn't exist anymore. That kind of RPG.
Well, I mean, Wasteland 2, I only played like 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, well, to a different extent. Well, oh yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but it's because those are both turn-based.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So there it is. But I haven't played Wasteland 2 because are they still charging like $70 for that game?
No, it's like 20. It was like 20 during the sale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I remember just somebody was saying like, yeah, you know what they're charging for that game? I'm like, fuck that noise.
Well, that was like for the super duper collectors.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No. You good?
I'm good.
I'm gonna go. Banner Saga again, because I love the design choice of that game. I love the tactics, design, aesthetic. I love that. Just there's something about that world that feels right in the design choices and the character design and the music design. It's also Austin Wintry, who I fucking love his music, and just everything about that game. And this game sort of like flirted around with multiple categories for me. I almost put it on best portable game because the iPad version of this game is fucking phenomenal. I'd say I'm torn about this one. It is a runner-up for me, but I'm not. There are things I like about it, and I'm Dungeon of the Endless.
Oh, nice.
Dungeon of the Endless is beautifully designed, and that game annoys the living fuck out of me. And then winner of this category is Child of Light, because I don't think anybody else is going to mention it.
Good.
And it's a great RPG. The world, the design of it, the sort of watercolor aesthetic of it is just, it's such a beautiful world. I love it. It's so good. That's it for me.
I put Hearthstone as well as Infinite Second Son and Strava put it up there too.
Yeah, Infinite Second Son's great.
I had a lot of fun. I only get to play like an hour or two of it here, and
It could be my favorite Infamous game.
it was really fun.
Yeah.
I had a really good time with it. So yeah, I'm going short on that one.
I guess some kind of runners up. I'm gonna say Titanfall again. I thought that was just well designed and intelligently done throughout. Loose Browsers for just combine a bunch of different playing parts and go.
That was fun. That was really fun.
I think this game did come out this year. Nidhogg, did it come out this year?
It came out this
Yeah.
year.
So
It did.
yeah,
Been in some form or another for a very long time.
So it feels a little weird. Like I played
Yeah.
this years ago.
I think it was like the first playable in like 2012 or something.
Right, and it's not my favorite of those kind of new local multiplayer
Sure.
ones, but it's not my most favorite of those. But it's clearly like the most tightly, like intelligently designed. Just like really, just every little piece of it works really well.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I'm gonna say, I guess my winner would be Crawl. So because it's an interesting design. Maybe these other games have done this before, but I haven't played those, and I really like the idea. Again, I feel a little funny because it is really rather unfinished, but it's a really interesting concept of this. You are I'll describe it a little now. You are you better with more players, but you have one player is a human. And all the other characters are floating around as ghosts. And once you go into rooms, and some rooms have these little runes on the ground that allow the ghosts to turn into monsters. And the human then needs to kill all the monsters before he can get out of that room. And so the monsters are slowly whittling down the human's health. And then whoever gets that last hit on the human becomes the human next. Then you're moving through these various levels, and you're leveling up both your monsters and your human. Like the human, you have to go from like level 1 to 10, and once you get to 10, that's when you can go and fight the final boss and potentially win. So you want to be a human, so you can do that. But also, while you're a monster, you can like collect blood out of the human, and you can like level up your monster. You can get gold. Then that later on, when you're human, then you can like bank your blood or something like that.
Isn't it like where you can like evolve your monsters? So the one who's like you can be like, you start as like a scorpion or and then,
right,
and
you're
then
like a little
move on-
spider or something, and you
and
become
then
like this, like-
scorpion, and then you like go on to being like I can't remember.
like there's like this witch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's all these different like
it was cool. It's a good
paths
design.
of-
It really is. Like I forgot about that game.
yeah, it's a
it
really
looked really fun.
a lot of bunch of interesting pieces of interesting design ideas, kind of all kind of working fairly well together. And yeah, I like the design on that. I want to see more of it.
Leo.
Brian?
I already went.
Yeah, he already went.
Shit.
I went first.
Best sound?
Best sound.
Shall I go?
Shall
Yes.
go. Your start.
Keep it going. Keep it rolling.
This one, just one just really stood out for me. And Rob, I know you play this, but Hitman Go. Yeah. The sound, like, there's very small number of sounds in it, but all of them are perfectly
It's
taken.
subtle, but
And
it's the sounds you need.
oh my god! And they're just I don't know why they're so perfectly done. The sound of when you get killed or when you kill another, and the little board game piece falling down. It sounds exactly like a board game piece falling down, and it just really puts you in this kind of very minimalist,
Totally.
like world mood. I thought that
Also
was
great, very Muzak inspired music played
Yes.
in that too, which is
Yes.
just the perfect thing for that game.
Exactly.
So good.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll also throw out, because we were talking about how slick Advanced Warfare Call of Duty was. It's good quality sound. So, but yeah, Hitman Go.
Brian?
This was the year I played Proteus. So, gonna give
Okay,
it to
moving on.
Proteus.
Losing him. We're
Next,
Ryan,
next
your
we're
feet's
losing
dying.
the feeds broken again. Shake the internet a little bit. See if it comes back.
Oh yeah, how about this?
So
No,
be
but
careful,
I mean
beware
that game is
Sharknado coming
nothing
your
but
way.
walking around and generating sound. So, it's got pretty good sound. It kept me
God.
it kept me playing the game
Sure.
for the longer than the 10 minutes or so that otherwise would have gone.
So that's Proteus?
That's all I got.
That's it? That's all you got?
I always play muted. Yeah.
Proteus.
Oh my god. All right. I guess we'll.
Great sound, man.
Next
all right.
time, next
All
time,
right.
just fart into the microphone and say "move on." I hate that. I'm sorry. I hate that
I
game
honestly
so much.
don't
I hate
remember.
that game.
I don't remember Proteus having sound. That's how it's.
All the game was
It's nice.
walking around and things made noises when you got close to
I guess.
Sure, true. Estreva asking sound as in sound effects. Yeah, I think we've been
This is
taking
sound
the
effects because we have
yes.
music.
We have music
yeah.
as next category.
Music is the next category.
So we would not say Cryptid Necrodancer. Did it have sound effects in that game? I don't know. That's
Had some
that's
really
music.
good sound effects.
Oh, it does?
in that
Okay,
game.
sure.
Yeah.
Had some good
But the
ones.
thing is
sound
that
effects is what it
they're
is.
all like kind of rhythm-based sounds that are designed.
It was
around-
more musically based than
Yeah,
it was
it's
anything
like
else.
the sound effects. I feel like were so wrapped up in that music. Dungeon of the Endless is a runner-up for me because there's something. I love that the sound sort of reflects the same kind of sprite-based. It's not 16-bit look, but it's sort of de-resed a little bit. It's like everything's bit crunched somewhat, and it just to me that I love that kind of sound. Dragon Age, runner-up also, because
Lot of
every time
swords clashing against other swords.
I actually love the sounds of the magic, and the dragons sound really good, and
Interesting.
the ambient noise sounds really good in that
What a
game, like
nerd.
when you're in towns.
And that's the kind of stuff that's hard to do.
I'm an
because-
audio video
What a
engineer, you
nerd.
fuck.
Well, though that's interesting.
I
because,
love those
like,
dragons.
We know what the sound of swords sound like, but to have an interesting magic sound that isn't like, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, and all of that stuff actually still requires a lot of work. It's not, because it's not just are you making a sound clashing noise, but does it fit to the battle that's going on?
Sure.
And so it's the sound design of that moment as well. And it's like I can't when I'm dealing with sound in a game like Dragon Age Origins, it's more on does the sound enhance this world that I'm currently in, or is it just window dressing on the environment? Because I gave Dragon Age the win for world, but it's a runner-up in this one because the one that I think does it better than this is Alien Isolation.
Sure.
Which is the
Makes
clear
sense.
winner because that game would not work without that sound. Without those elements of the sound
No,
design and
well,
putting,
yeah.
it's one of the few games that I feel like is enhanced by putting on a good set of headphones, and
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it has to win this
Yeah, I
category.
can totally see that.
If we're gonna go off of that, I'm gonna say PT.
Yeah.
Because
Ah, Jesus.
that is the
Shit.
one.
Shit.
It's just one of those games where
Shit.
any horror game can be utter shit if it doesn't have a good, there's good sound to it.
that like weird static,
the static
like
and then
feedback
the
sound.
the crunching and scratching and like
Ugh.
just knowing. And then like one of the best things about it was like when the girl, the ghost, she would walk up behind you periodically throughout the game. And if you were not paying attention to that and you could not hear it and you turned around, she would instantly kill you. And that was some of the things that a lot of people skipped and did not realize it was happening. But you can hear the footsteps. Like you can hear it go bop, 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 right up behind you. And it didn't sound like that. But
it would have won for me
like,
would have made
bop,
no
bop,
sense.
bop.
Yep.
You know, I could have done
That's
this for a
terrifying.
living, you know? So...
And like wet flesh sound effects.
Oh God! And then like the blood dripping from the refrigerator, you know, and it was so many great little nuances to that game. But you know,
I like the air quotes.
it wasn't even air quotes. It was like, what the hell am I saying?
It's a game.
Thanks, Rob. And it was tie between Alien Isolation and PT for me. Sean?
Sure.
Yes.
You're it.
Runners up for me are Wolfenstein and Alien Isolation, but the winner, and I'm just gonna skip right to it. Dear God, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
That game is
Yeah.
just like a 10 megaton bomb in your ear when you are.
That game always has good sound
when
design.
you are, because it's a type of category that these bigger budget things are always going to have.
Yeah, they're gonna really
an
do well.
advantage here. Like when I was in the beginning, when the little what are those drones? There was like when they're flying over your head.
Yeah.
It sounds so good.
And like when you throw out the little grenade that can lights up people and such, you know, they do good future sound effects.
And then it's funny because like it's not like with past Call of Duties where it's like, well,